4, 3, 2, 1. You're on.
We're on what? What are we on?
We are on the air, apparently.
Quaaludes? What are we on?
Oh my God, look at us.
We're on the air.
We're all just sexy beings.
We're on
the show.
like television. We're televised. This is way too...
This is way too much for us.
It's way too much.
This is too nice of a set.
Wait, I just looked. We're on TV, but right now I'm looking at Twinkies or Twix or whatever it is.
It's a Twix commercial,
It's a Twix
yes.
commercial, so hopefully everybody else is seeing Twix.
So there we go. All right, we're live. Verbal ejaculation in the house. This is a nice set for us.
Who was that? Oh, that was Glenn. That was sexy.
That's yes. Tonight we have a special engineer. The head editor of the Queen City News is at the production desk tonight. That is Glenn R.J. Willett, host of Willett at Large and Willett at Large Gone Global.
Yes.
Both are available on IPMNation.com. And Matt, I feel like you got to be doing something.
There's something missing.
There's something missing, like a big desk and a computer.
It's weird.
And fiddling with the microphone, going, no,
It's very weird.
You got to get closer to the mic.
It's like get closer to the mic. And It's weird not having because we didn't have a visual before, so it's weird not seeing like Matt taking the phone book and other items to raise the microphone, and then having that really like high-tech microphone that we had before, like kind of shifting it towards us and having all
two mics buried behind a plant.
Yes.
So
we can't move the plants.
No, we can't move the plants.
No.
Apparently not. I tried to move this one 2
again,
seconds
I'm having
ago.
issues trying to get into the chat again. Every week I have chat issues. I don't know what it is.
You should see your doctor.
I have been.
If your chat issues last longer than 4 hours.
And every time I go to see my doctor, he always has to do an anal probe because I tell him I'm having chat issues.
We gotta stop telling him that you're not married.
I walk in and I ask him. I say, listen, doctor, I need to get a prostate exam because I'm having trouble logging into the IPM Nation chat. Now he tells me it's flawed web design. That's what he tells me.
No,
he says it's the IPM Nation website. It's got to be that issue.
Is there an echo underneath us, or can we actually hear what's going on?
I think it's because one of your speakers are on and your...
My speakers
are off.
I don't hear the
Maybe it's underneath us.
Because I'm hearing an echo?
I can hear an echo. Oh,
an echo
I don't hear it.
I heard it.
Dan's head is always in my voice. Dan's voice is always in my head.
Is it the plant? Is the plant?
I'm having chat issues right now. It's the plants. It's got to be the plants. Well, welcome to Verbal Ejaculation, our first ever televised edition. For those of you familiar with IPMNation.com, this is not Matt and I's first time on the television.
No.
Ustream televised. But Dan, we haven't actually really seen you on any of the programs.
Except for that one Amsterdam Christmas special.
Yes, exactly.
That was on real community access cable TV.
You cannot beat cable access.
But that wasn't really global like this is.
This is global.
This is global.
This is like verbal ejaculation non-global.
This is what we look like in the stark light of night.
Has our special guest shown up at the door yet?
No, but I just received a text that says, you guys look and sound great.
Oh,
thank
wow.
you. So whoever that is, area code 413, thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yes, you can text us during the show, 603-344-6491. The Ustream chat is open. Go ahead if you haven't signed in before. It's free to sign up. Currently, we've got 5 current viewers. That probably includes Dan and I.
No, I'm not in the chat, but I can't get. I'm viewing, but I just can't get in the chat. So I
think you're counted as a viewer.
I'm a viewer. I guess.
So thank you all for tuning in to our first televised edition. If you were just watching or listening to the Peter White Show, thank you for sticking around. Of course, the guys over at Amsterdam, we always want to give them a big shout out. Amsterdam's Wednesday nights at 11 p.m. on TV 23 and on IPMNation.com. That's Eastern time, and actually we'll be Sunday. We'll be hitting the clocks going forward. It's going to be daylight savings time.
Next week?
This Sunday, this coming Sunday. Next Sunday, yes.
This is Sunday.
Which will also be the re-inaugural edition of Matt Connerton Unleashed on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m.
Yeah, our texter from area code 413 is also having a problem with the chat room.
Okay. That's weird.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's flawed web design, man. It's flawed. This website is horrible.
Are you in, Chris? Are you
I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go out and go back in again.
I just tried testing and
It's taking a long time to come in. It's doing this whole and it was doing it last week.
Buffering.
it was just, it was buffering for a long time, and I don't know what it was. And it's
Well,
eventually-
if you can't get into the chat room, we have other ways to get in touch with us. As we said, you can text us at 603-344-6491. We also have AIM available if anybody still uses any AOL products. AIM is available. We are Verbal Ejac with the space in between. We're Facebook.com, verbal space Ejac. I don't have Skype up. I guess I can bring up Skype too. That's verbal.ejac. So we have plenty of ways to get in touch with us. We're going to use the temporary phone line as well, which is 603-413-5677. You can call us there, which pretty much will be forwarded to my cell phone. So that'll be fun to see if our cell phones work and how loud they'll be on these microphones. So this is, let us know what you think. This is it. We finally bit the bullet and we did a live televised edition.
yes.
We really have. What's
Ask
that?
your audience if they're hearing the echo, because I hear the echo.
If you're hearing an echo, we apologize. We have 2 mics. That's double the mics we normally have.
Double the mics. And none of us have our speakers on, right? No, none of us. I mean,
I don't.
No,
your speakers.
But I don't-
your speakers are
I don't
muted.
hear
my
the echo.
speakers are on, but my Ustream is down.
Okay.
My volume is down.
All right.
What? Why is Skype asking me to set up again? I don't know.
Anyway, we're-
So things to talk about.
Things to talk about.
Things to talk about. Did anybody watch the abortion that was the Lindsay Lohan Saturday Night Live return of Lindsay?
Well, when you went out to have your 18th cigarette break before the show, Matt was just talking to me about it, and I was saying that the only thing I liked about
My 18th.
last night,
I went to visit my parents today, and all it is just a cloud of smoke when I go, Christopher, we're going to Atlanta on Wednesday. Are you excited? Yes, thank you.
It's good you gave up drinking. Have another pack of cigarettes.
We made you a pot roast.
But I liked the monologue because she didn't really say much. It wasn't like, but I don't blame Lindsay Lohan. I blame the writers.
Yeah, it was
It's bad writing.
horrid writing.
It was bad writing, and it was the monologue was cute because they kind of played on her being a convict,
Yes.
and they were like, and being a druggie and being an alcoholic, like, and just kind of like doing the pat down and doing the searching of her eyes,
Yeah.
making sure, like that was kind of cute, and having John Hamm in the audience on standby I thought was funny.
I thought it was funny.
But then from that point on, it just went downhill as being the Saturday Night Live I remember in the past few years as why I haven't watched Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Because it's been a horrible show and it's been just bad writing.
It was just horrific. I didn't hate the Real Housewives of Disney too much, but
That was the
Lindsay
only other
was funny.
sketch. That was the only other sketch that I thought was actually amusing. Because
Kristen Wiig as Cinderella and she was shit-faced was...
and having Prince Charming being the gay,
yes.
the gay, like, and the comment they made about, like any husband that's got a fetish with shoes should know the signs that, he's gay. And that was, from that point on, yes. And
I guess there isn't just one evil queen.
yeah, that was a funny sketch, but then it just, yes, I mean, even the Weekend Update wasn't even that.
It was short. It was very short.
And I just...
The only one I giggled at, really, was every time Fred Armisen got hit by a car. But the whole sketch premise itself was stupid. The girls dancing
Yeah, the girls dancing in the street. It was supposed to be one of those old 50s exploitation films.
Yeah.
It was about, like, it was against the law to dance in the streets, and they had just got... It was like juvenile delinquents dancing in the streets, and
They just got
Girls
released.
just kept on getting hit by a car, and...
They kept throwing the stuffed doll.
Yeah, it was just a stupid, and the scared, like I was talking about the Scared Straight sketch, and you could actually see Lindsay reading her jokes.
Oh, yeah.
From the cue card, like she couldn't even, and she's supposed to be, somebody that at least can act in Disney films and act in some movies. You think she would have remembered these lines that weren't that hard to remember.
Including, there was one point where whenever Kenan Thompson was introducing his character's name, and she said, "I'm Lindsay Lohan," and she was literally reading.
She was reading the cue card that she was reading about herself, and then she had to mention her own movies.
Yeah.
And she was getting that wrong. She was reading the card, like she was reading the card talking about her own movies. And describing the plots of her own movies. Like, she was describing the plot of Herbie, Mean Girls, and, like, Freaky Friday. Like, she was describing the plots of those, having to read the cue card to even to get the joke. And it was just... And I don't know.
Even she even described her own life, stealing the necklace.
Yeah.
I remember Robert De Niro. The first time he hosted, it was an awful. Some of the sketches were okay.
Our
but
guest is here.
Our guest is here.
Oh, wonderful.
It was an awful show because all he did was read the cue cards, and it was very stiff when he did it.
But when he did it, was it before he really did comedy in movies? Was it before he actually did the Fokker movies, before he did Analyze This? Was it before?
No, it was after that.
Was it after?
Analyze This. It was after he started getting into the comedy genre.
Was it after? Because
it was about 2004, 2005.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and we have our guest. We have Scott Perry joining us tonight.
Scott Perry is joining us tonight.
Scott Perry, there he is.
What's up?
How's it going?
This is the
full of energy.
Yes. I'm actually opposite. I'm actually full of shit right now.
Okay.
Alrighty.
There's a bathroom right around the corner. Scott joined us on our New Year's night special. We had January 1st.
Yes, that was the special that I called in.
Yes. With Jackson Dupree. You were with Jackson Dupree.
Jackson Dupree. Me and Jackson were hanging out, having a hungover New Year's special.
Was it sexual?
It was not sexual.
Scott and his girlfriend had just come back from New York from New Year's Eve, so you had a lot more energy for somebody who had just come back from a 4-hour drive.
You know, crack's a hell of a drug, you know? You gotta,
Yes.
You gotta do what you gotta do, you know, just to keep it
Crack and
balanced.
meth, the two of them.
Crack and meth.
Crack is whack. I actually, I talked a lot recently on the air on a recent episode of Matt Connerton Unleashed about how I almost turned to crack years ago. I was going through a hard time, but Whitney Houston talked me out of it when she said crack is whack. I realized that.
Yeah.
Were you injecting the crack with the gravy boat?
No,
Okay.
I just I was in the tub with a gravy boat full of crack, and that was when I heard those words echoing in my mind.
Were you
About crack is whack, and I decided
in
not
the fetal
to,
position, crying, rocking yourself,
Yes,
holding a sponge like a baby?
I was. I almost drowned in the tub because I was in the fetal position.
You yelled out the words, Bobby!
Bobby!
Yeah,
Rocky
Rocky.
math!
I did. My roommate was really
Yes.
confused by that.
Whitney
Okay,
Houston,
I'll to the
she's,
no.
she's doing very well right now, isn't she? Whitney
is.
Houston?
Wait, and she's doing
She's-
great.
she's
This
doing
is the
awesome.
She's doing awesome.
like
She's on the
her.
verge of a comeback.
Yeah.
The sales of her albums are skyrocketing. So
They're actually going to re-release all her movies in 3D right now. I just heard that. Yes, I got my
I
tickets
did
for
see-
Bodyguard IMAX 3D right now.
I know there are plenty of people making a profit, iTunes and all that. But I did see Waiting to Exhale in the $5 bin at Walmart, and I was like, praise be to Jesus, Walmart.
No, but did they move it? They didn't move it out of the bin and put it, because when I was in Target tonight, Target took all her movies, and they're now in the new release section, like that
Oh, of
that
course.
end cap when you walk in, like all the new release section. They had every single one of her movies. And I did notice the Bodyguard had like a special deluxe edition right in there, and they had like
Really?
Waiting to Exhale, like every single one of her movies. And
Is it
every
a
single-
deluxe edition where it's actually a better movie now?
Yeah, it's a better movie. Like they edited her out.
There
it's
it
like
is.
it's like the post-mortem edition, where it's like she's out of the film totally. They digitally
Replace
enhanced
her with
it.
Rihanna.
By the way,
Who knows about getting a beating? Rihanna.
Yes, that's true.
So,
Chris Brown and Bobby Brown team up.
yes. By the way, my friend Rich Burke from First Shove, the band First Shove, says,
Rich.
I can see you on crack, LOL.
yes.
So, Rich, obviously we've played in a band together. He knows me well and knows how much I love the crack.
Anybody who knows Matt knows that he definitely needs a downer.
Yes.
He needs a downer. You don't need any
needs a downer.
uppers.
No.
Well, speaking of Whitney Houston, I'm going to get on my tyrant early. The thing that pisses me off.
Special televised edition.
I'm going to get on my tyrant.
Yes.
Davy Jones died this week. He's going to be a footnote in the history of the people who have died. We're still going to be talking about Whitney Houston. We're still going to put her, this crack-headed, drug-addled bitch, who's going to be people are still crying on Facebook about
Yes.
the great loss that we lost. Davy Jones died of a heart attack. Wasn't drug-related, right? Nobody's come out and said, oh, he was sniffing coke off a hooker's ass.
There was no gravy.
There was
boat.
no gravy boat. There was no... Now, Davy Jones, love him or hate him, he still influenced people.
Yes.
The Monkees introduced basically the world to Jimi Hendrix, if you think about it.
That's true. Well, you should explain that for people
Yes,
who don't
for people that
understand.
don't know. Well, I'm going to bring up some points. We're going to bring up some points. I have research in front of me here. But I mean,
Wikipedia is
Wikipedia is
always legitimate.
But, no, but I knew this anyway. And you're a Monkees fan. I mean, you
Yes,
know.
I
some
do have a
information,
question once
yes.
you're done with this, though. But
Okay. But Jimi Hendrix was actually their first, like the Hendrix band, their first concert was actually with the Monkees. Their first U.S. tour was with the Monkees, for anybody that didn't know that.
Yeah, Peter Tork and Mickey Dolenz were big Hendrix fans.
Yeah, and they brought
Early
Hendrix
on.
out
Yeah.
and helped Hendrix, like...
And it didn't go well, but...
No, but, one of those things. Now,
Yeah.
and they also, the thing about the Monkees, we all know it was a spoof of the Beatles. It was a way to get, it was a way
the
to...
American version.
It was the American version of the Beatles. It was, did a lot of, I'm going to ask this trivia question, and maybe we'll ask Mr. Rose this question.
Okay.
What other famous musician is named David Jones?
I
know you know.
I know the
Don't
answer.
answer that. What other famous musician is named David Jones and had to change his name because he didn't want people to be confusing him with Davy Jones? Now, this is an easy music. Everybody should know this. This is easy
I
music
don't.
trivia.
My guess would be someone like Tom Jones. But
Anybody else in the room besides Matt Connerton? Who knows?
Davis Jones. Is it Davis?
This is a well-known, very popular
John Paul
Hasselhoff.
Jones.
A legend.
This is a legend, and this is actually an icon in the music industry.
Barry Manilow.
No,
Freddie Mercury.
No. Matt, go ahead.
It's David Bowie.
David Bowie was born David Jones,
Yes.
and he actually had to change his name because Davy Jones was already an established musician at that
And he
point.
was born David Jones as well, correct? Not Davis Jones.
No, he was not born David. He was not born Davis Jones. No.
We actually need corroboration on this because
There is a musician named Davis Jones. There is, but it's not Davy Jones from the Monkees.
Okay.
So has there been a Davis Jones that's passed away? Have you found that information out? Have you collaborated anywhere?
Well, all right, we're giving him shit. He actually did put together a nice in memoriam footage for Roulette at Large Gone Global on Friday. Now, Glenn, you back there?
He's watching the show.
My question to you is, at the end of your montage that you made for us, who was the band singing as the Beatles? Because it clearly wasn't the Beatles.
Well, that came off the internet, so if they claimed they were the Beatles.
That was certainly not the Beatles.
But wait a minute, he had a tribute to Davy Jones, but Davis Jones, he had the Beatles
tribute
playing?
to
At the
Davis
very
Jones.
end,
Okay.
it was a band of 4 guys, not the Beatles, and at the very end they were singing. You say, "Hello, Goodbye," right? I
Yeah.
think that's the song that it was. At the very end, the 4 Beatles got together with 4 other guys who were dressed as the Monkees, so it was sort of like
Right.
And the drums did say the Beatles.
Well,
Yeah.
a draw.
It was some sort of parody or
It was
something.
like a cover
I
band.
could have a
doing
drum
like-
set that says Elvis Presley. It doesn't
Yeah.
make me Elvis Presley.
But
I
there is,
wanna
as
be
you see,
Elvis
there is a musician called
Davis
Davis Jones. Yes,
Yeah.
there is. But
All right, sorry, you
that's
were on a
not-
rant.
But anyway,
Stop you.
But there was another thing that.
So have we did we lose David Bowie?
No, we didn't lose David Bowie.
Oh,
I'm just saying that was a little like trivia.
That would be
thing.
terrible.
God.
But another thing,
Can't do that.
also being geeks. I mean, did you also know that Roddenberry was influenced by Davy Jones? That he actually created Chekhov, based on Davy Jones. Chekhov from Star Trek.
That's interesting.
Well, Chekhov wasn't in the character wasn't in the first season.
No,
of the original
but because of the popularity of the Monkees and the teen heartthrob of
season.
Davy
Well, why
Jones.
is Chekhov Russian?
But we want to get into this. We'll get into this if you want to know.
Sure,
We'll
what
get-
the hell?
I am curious.
I'm sure our audience will.
We'll get into geek speak early. All right.
Okay.
In the Star Trek universe, we were
Question for you.
already friends with the British, but the Russians were our big enemy. And remember, Roddenberry's whole thing was we were supposed to be in the future. We're supposed
Right.
to be fellowship and friends with everybody.
Right.
So why not make this teen heartthrob character Russian to show people that in the future we're all friends?
Right.
Is
So
that why in
that's-
the next generation the head of security was a Klingon? Because
Yes, of
in
course.
their
'cause
universe,
in their
the
universe,
Klingons
of
were
course,
the-
we've had peace with the Klingons.
course,
Never-
of course.
of course. Yeah, but but
so
yes,
that makes-
so. But if you look at Chekhov, he had the same hairdo.
Oh, yeah.
and they
You're
picked
looking at
him-
Walter Koenig and you're like,
they
yeah.
picked him because he kind of looked like Davy Jones.
does,
in a
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, so
Yeah,
that's
even in the movies, they came back with the same haircut.
yeah. But they did.
So was Boner. Sorry.
Let's see, what?
Yeah, that's red.
So I remember that weird episode.
We lost Boner this year. Was there any in memoriam?
No, there's no boner to boner. We lost the boner. There was
We
no-
lost the Boner.
Yeah, we lost the boner. It wasn't
There are
year.
pills for it. No,
It
it
was
was
last year.
2011.
2011 when we lost Boner. And Boner killed himself.
But, okay, so here's my question for you. Because of the film Head, and because of his cameo appearance in the Brady Bunch movie, will Davy Jones qualify for an Oscars in memoriam? Because Head was not a success whatsoever, but it was a cult favorite.
Yeah.
And for those who
In fact,
don't know,
Jack-
that was the movie
That was
That
the
was the
movie
title
that
of
the
it.
Monkeys
Yeah,
made. But
the Monkeys made.
That was their kind of tribute to 8 Days a Week, and
Which was very strange.
it was
It is
very,
very
it was like
Very
it was very
strange film.
cerebral film. And
Nothing
Jack
like the
Nicholson
show.
was a
No.
producer on that film.
Jack Nicholson was, yeah.
Yes,
'cause
before he
also-
was
yeah.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, before he was
when he was
anybody
doing
that- I would
Little-
think that
the original Little Shop of Horrors.
I think you would see next year's Oscars. You will see probably Davy Jones mentioned. Yes,
I would hope so.
I would think
because he
you'd see a little
qualifies
bit of
for
I doubt
the
it.
Grammy in memoriam.
You don't think you'll see him pictured, like a little brief little thing?
Wait, are we talking about the Grammys or
Well,
the,
the Oscars.
The
The
Oscars?
Oscars.
The
Because
Oscars? No, I
You
don't
don't think
they
you'll
will.
even see a blurb of him?
I don't
Even
think
with,
so.
with Head and
With Head and well, the Brady Bunch movie with
No.
it was
it's a brief cameo.
I don't
but he
think
does
they'll
sing
do it.
girl in
Yes,
the
he does.
in the movie.
I don't think
You
they'll
don't
do
think
it.
they will?
I don't think
Do you think
they
they'll
will.
snub? Do you think they'll snub him at the Grammys?
No, not at
No.
the Grammys.
You think they will show him at the Grammys?
They will at the
about-
Grammys, but
What
not
about
at
the
the
Emmys?
Oscars.
He did have
The Emmys
entire
they'll show him. Of
series.
course they will show
Yes,
the Grammys.
yes.
Because they actually won Emmy awards.
I mean,
They did for the
Yes,
Monkeys.
the
They won an
Monkeys. The
Emmys for
Monkeys
that?
actually. What is it here? They were the first music artists to win 2 Emmy awards.
Oh, I didn't realize that
Yeah.
they won anything for
Yes,
that.
they actually
Wow.
did. Because if we go down the list of what they actually, they had the top charting American single of 1967, "I'm a Believer," which was, of course, a Neil Diamond written song before
Yes.
Neil Diamond was anybody.
Right.
That was when he was just somebody writing songs. Daydream Believer was tied for third because it was "I'm a Believer" was a #1 hit for 7 weeks. Daydream Believer tied for third.
was that another Neil Diamond?
No, Daydream Believer was not.
It sounds like something he'd write.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was Voice and Heart, I believe, was Daydream Believer, because they had all the same, like, it was like this whole group of songwriters
Yeah.
all around the same time. Dave Hendricks, like we talked about, Roddenberry we talked about. They introduced Tim Buckley to a national audience. Tim Buckley was the father of, who's the other Buckley?
Jeff Buckley?
Jeff Buckley, yeah. They were the last music artists to win the MTV Friday Night Video Fights. Remember that show?
I do.
They beat out Bon Jovi.
We're boring the hell out of Scott over here. Anyway. I'm just
They were the
Waiting
first
for my time.
music artist to win 2 Emmys. Which is kind of like Whitney Houston won Emmys, I guess, too, for something. But
Well,
you know,
we're all drawing a blank. Like, what would she win them?
had 7 albums on the Billboard Top 200 charts all at the same time, and they were reissues though when they had their comeback.
yeah,
And that was all because of MTV that they had their comeback.
yeah.
They are one of the first artists achieving #1 hits in the United States and the United Kingdom simultaneous. The album More Than Monkeys spent 70 weeks on the Billboard charts, becoming the 12th biggest selling album of all time. 4 #1 albums in a 1-year span. They held the #1 spot in the Billboard album chart for 31 consecutive weeks. And they held the record for the longest stay at #1 for a debut record album until 1982, when Men at Work's debut album, Business as Usual, broke that record. And let's see.
good.
Between
Good to know.
1966 and 1970, the Monkees released 122 songs on 10 albums and 8 non-LP singles. And so it's just so there's a lot of things that you know he's well known for. The band was well known for, even though they were a fake band from a TV show. They weren't really technically a band.
Right.
And in all honesty, they never really played any of their own instruments on any of the recordings in the
Two of them
studios.
could.
They
Two
could,
of them
and they went
could.
out and toured, and they actually did their
right.
own thing.
It was
but-
Mickey Dolenz and Davy Jones that really didn't have the musical experience, but they
No.
taught themselves
Yeah.
throughout the whole series.
But sadly, like in answer to your question, maybe he'll be on the Oscars, maybe he won't. Who knows? We'll have to wait a year to see.
I would the award season during the Grammys, Don Cornelius, who had a lot of influence, was snubbed during the In Memoriam. He was not mentioned during the In Memoriam during the Grammys. The man who
That
the
really
founder
surprises
sold
me.
and
it.
that makes no sense.
yeah,
that really
yeah,
surprises
that
me.
makes
He's
no
a
sense
pioneer, and just a lot of things don't make sense. We look at a crack-addled whore.
Yeah.
Well, there's no proof that
Well,
she
this is what they say about
got
Whitney
paid
Houston.
for sex, but she was still crack-addled. But
Whitney Houston was
They
the
give her-
most awarded female artist of all time, according to Guinness Book of World Records.
Really?
She has 2 Emmy Awards, which I don't know. We'll have to look and see what she
For
won.
appearances on Oprah, maybe?
Maybe,
I don't know.
I don't know. She's got 6 Grammy Awards,
Producer?
30 Billboard Music Awards, 22 American Music Awards. Among a total of 415 career awards as of 2010, she held the all-time record for the most American Music Awards of any female solo artist, and shared the record with Michael Jackson, another drug-addled, pedophile, whatever, we won't get into
We
it.
don't.
allegedly.
Allegedly. and most AMAs ever won in a single year with 8 wins in 1994. She won a record 11 Billboard Music Awards, which they really don't, those awards don't count. The only one that should have counted is just Grammys, at its 4th ceremony in 1993. She also had the record for the most WMAs won in a single year, winning 5 awards at the 6th World Music Award in 1994. So, and then it goes on about all her video music awards and all that. But
Oh, it must be because I think she performed in 1986 at the 28th annual
so she
Grammy
won
Awards.
awards for being on an award show? How can you win an Emmy for performing at an award show?
I don't know.
That's kind of a stupid award.
Yeah.
It does make sense, but it's kind of weird. I'm
that's not
surprised
right.
by
Yeah,
that.
that's one of them.
But
That's
it-
the one that pops up.
But it
right
does
now.
make sense if you're
It,
if you're performing on television, then you would.
you win an award for performing at an
Producers
award show.
of the Grammys and the Emmys are always
Sure. Yeah.
eligible.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, from 1985 to 1995, I mean, she was one of the biggest stars in the world.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
no doubt. That was her boom period, and then she met Bobby, and it all went to shit.
Yeah. So we're blaming it on Bobby Brown.
No.
It's a-
Everyone
I can't
has
get in the
free
chat
will.
room and I'm getting a text saying that our show's not coming through. Is anybody else having issues with the show?
Anybody out there, text us.
Well,
623.
I know Rich from First Shove heard me talking about crack
Yeah.
because he texted me, and someone else
broadcasting.
texted and said that we look and sound
That
great.
doesn't sound great. So I'm getting a text that the show's not coming through. So I don't know if it's just isolated.
And that was a 413 number.
Yes.
I'm just trying to think. I know somebody out in that area who's not in the chat room that usually is in the chat room. So, anyhow,
I'm going to see what happens when I
Oh,
access
yeah.
the show on my laptop.
I mean, I'm seeing the show on it myself. I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
yeah, so am I.
Should have brought
So-
my laptop. I feel so left out.
You'll feel left
I
out.
feel really left.
So I don't know. Like I'm saying, I just think that, like I said last week, we're putting these drug like out celebrities on pedestals. We're
Yeah.
worshiping these drug celebrities. I'm one of the culprits because I'm an Elvis fan and I buy Elvis memorabilia and I collect. But it's the
your
fact
fault.
that it's my fault. Yes. But it's just like Whitney. We're still talking about Whitney's still getting all these and Davy Jones. Yeah, he's a and nobody's going to give a shit about Ronnie Montrose today. Nobody gives a shit about him because he's just a minor player. And,
Exactly.
and, he'll
He'll get in the in memoriam.
Maybe you would hope that he's going to get a little mention. But the
And the man was still, Davy Jones was still performing. There's, on Facebook, I've seen several people post a performance that he did in New York 10 days before his death.
he was.
So
they were out
he's
there.
still out there.
And the Monkees had just had their 45th anniversary tour last year that they just played. That was a successful tour that they just did, which was like.
Yeah, Rich is still watching.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's
we're still out there.
So the show is out. It's working. It's just maybe there's some internet issues in other
Probably.
places. Okay.
So Scott, what have you been up to since we saw you last?
A lot. As you knew last time, I was living in Concord. I no longer live in Concord. I now live right here in the Queen City.
Get out of town.
No,
Good for you.
No,
Well, he will be getting out when he
Well,
goes
yeah.
home. He
Well,
will
we
be
expect,
covered now.
we expect to see more of you then.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to Matt about, now that I live in the Queen City, now doing full time with the IPM Nation instead of coming out, on the show once every other month. But yeah, definitely been a lot going on. Me and my girlfriend, got a nice place, got a nice condo. We're down the south side, and
That's Melanie.
Melanie, yes.
Wow, good memory.
She's very, very good. And then people go, Maloney, Megan, Melissa? I'm like, no, it's Melanie. So, yeah, she's actually watching the show tonight.
Hi, Melanie.
Yeah. I dragged her to watch it. I told her she wasn't watching it, that I'm going to wake her up throughout the evening, and she's never going to sleep until she watches.
Well, I think we did that to her on the January 1st edition. All she wanted to do was go to sleep.
Yeah, she
Wouldn't let
did.
her.
Yeah, she did. She kept telling me, can we go?
Now, how do you know she's watching? I mean, she could just tell you she watched him, Do you trust her?
Do I trust her?
Would she ever lie to you?
You're going to put me on the spot right here live on IPM Nation.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Have you not met us?
All right, I do trust her, and think about it. I'm gone, long periods of time, and not really home that much. And she's home by herself. She could do anything she pleases, you know.
Right.
Call male escort service, you know. Call
Yes.
male strippers or
That's who's been calling me.
her other boyfriend. You know.
See, I thought she was still living up in Concord, so I was like, this can't be the Melanie.
She told me
I
something about
guess.
some guy named Chris texting her,
Yeah.
and
We did get a text that says, "Hey guys, is that number? I don't know that number. Is that her?
that's her.
That's her.
That's
Well,
her. It's
Melanie-
actually Matt. It's actually Matt she's contacting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
You just found out the
She
evidence.
says I got nothing else going on because Matt's here.
Well, he's my pimp.
He's your pimp.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
He sells me out there.
How much are you selling?
That's why sometimes when you see me, I'm wearing a feather boa.
Gotcha. I thought that was just. I thought it was just like.
No. I just
Pain,
when I'm
he's got the
pimping,
hat.
I gotta keep my pimp hands strong.
Thought
He's
it
got
was
the
like,
rings on all fingers so he can beat me senseless.
that was
Right.
Paul Rubens.
But
or
not
something.
on Sundays. Sunday's the day of our Lord. We don't
That's
do that
true.
on Sundays.
Good. You gotta keep a nice, professional schedule.
Yes.
And make sure you guys get overtime or.
Well,
you
we
guys-
can't discuss that
I can't
on
discuss
television.
Okay.
Looks like, by the way, it looks like we are getting some success with the chat room. So for those of you who weren't been able to log in before, try going ahead and refresh the page and get logged in.
So I'm no longer. Before I told you I was with a booking company. I have
Yes.
my own booking company called Kingdom Come Booking. That is no more right now because I'm now part of a bigger agency called the Siren Agency. Basically, it was me, a couple of partners from LC Shows, which is another booking company, and Rebellion Booking from Haverhill, Mass, all teamed up, and got one big booking company going on. And ever since that's kicked off, I've been busy left and right with emails, shows, promotions, flyers. I actually got my very own little gig going on in June. So,
We should talk about that.
yeah. Sure. Actually, it's happening at Ground Zero in Allenstown.
Ah,
And
very nice.
it's Saturday, June 2nd. It's with Salem, New Hampshire's Spies Like Us, with Baltimore, Maryland's Camisado. And there's no locals to be announced yet, like any openers, for the event yet, but there will be very, very soon. But it's going to be a great show. It's $10. It's going to be advertised everywhere. There's going to be a 50-50 raffle. We're going to go all out on the show, and I'm sure that, Spies Like Us, I've seen them numerous times, and they put on quite a great performance. I mean, those guys are signed to In Vogue Records, which is a minor label. I forget where they're based out of. But a lot of hardcore bands, when they, get their start from, before going onto a major label, they go into a minor label, and losing In Vogue Records is one of those deals. And they're pretty good. I've not yet seen Camisado live. I had an opportunity to book them last August, but they actually the show got canceled because Camisado dropped off the show because of a personal problem. But they're willing to make up for it and come back and put on quite a heck of a
What
show.
kind of personal problem? Give us to the dirt.
I don't know, something about, one band member slept with one other band member's girlfriend. And
Ooh.
Oh, no, he
That's
did.
good stuff. Yeah.
That's some dirt.
Something about, like, some guy violated some other guy, and,
Oh, really?
Violation.
Well, that sounds like
goodness.
more
Bands
my
these
style.
days,
Wow.
bands these days, you don't want to know what happens on the tour bus, and you don't know what happens behind the scenes. I mean, especially in the post-hardcore field. I mean, I love post-hardcore. I love listening to it. But, while you're listening to, a good post-hardcore band, they could be fingering each other.
Right. Right,
Yeah, that's a tour bus I want
absolutely.
to be on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah,
There's crack involved too. I want to.
Crack, yeah.
Yes.
That's how they violate each
Drugs
other.
are
Of course.
They wouldn't do it, without,
That's
being
true.
cooked up.
All right, so that's
They have to be out of their minds.
Yeah.
Do they violate each other with a gravy boat?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, I hope it's clean.
Yeah, you enter a guy and say, "Bro, would you touch that guy's ass?" No. That's some crack. Would you touch that guy's ass now? Fuck yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's how it happens.
Exactly. I
I'm
played.
single.
Yeah.
I'm single.
I mean,
You gotta
I've,
get in that post-hardcore scene.
But I'm sober,
That's what you gotta
so-
do.
I played a lot of
That's
bands,
the
and
problem.
I know that's how it goes. I've
Yeah.
had many conversations go that
Think
way.
about it. You go on tour, 30 to 40 days on a bus full of men.
Yeah.
Nothing but men.
It's like
And
men
you
in
get-
prison.
That's how it happens with the
Wait,
Navy
wait,
too.
wait.
That's how it happens in the Navy.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. Chris is starting a band.
I'm going to have to
start a band.
hiding
now.
my erection. Go on. So 40, 50 days on a bus?
Yes, yeah, exactly. And then we're all wearing tight clothing too.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And glitter and
Glitter, hair in the frizz, you know, so you got something to pull.
Wow.
You know, it's,
I have to admit, one of my favorite questions when I ask one of my girlfriends who are in relationships, I usually like to ask them, so how many fingers does your boyfriend like? And almost always it's more than one. Almost always. Usually it's, oh, he doesn't like that, but there's some girls who are like, yeah, one is too many.
one is definitely
One is too many.
One is,
for us.
and pinky. Too
Yeah.
many. Pinky. A toothpick. You know?
It can't be
I
picky.
I just don't want anything in my ass at
See?
all ever.
And that's
Yeah.
the
Oh.
response that you expect, but there are some people who are just like, yeah, he really likes it.
You know what a suppository
Cut,
is?
print, gay. Yes.
Okay, yes. I talked to this guy, like for a brief.
Oh, by the way, there's no judgment to any guys who enjoy a finger or two.
Yeah, it doesn't make you gay at all.
No.
But if you do enjoy a finger,
But
there's something you don't know.
Now, if the guy wears a lab coat, it's okay, though, right? You're not gay if the guy's wearing a
Well,
lab
if you-
coat and he says he's a
If
doctor.
he's a legitimate doctor who
Okay.
accepts your insurance and has a stethoscope and a name,
if he pokes you and then says, "Okay,
but
Doctor
if he
Jim,
invites you over
then
to his
there's a problem.
house and he has a lab
But
coat,
if he's at my house and I show him the insurance card before it happens, that's fine, right? If I just flash the card before it happens, like if I show you the card, Chris, and you do it, it's fine, right?
yes,
Then that
and
doesn't
I
make me
do
gay.
take all insurances,
All right, that doesn't
and it's
make
only
me
a
gay.
$25
All right,
copay.
okay.
Is he gloved?
Almost
Well, yeah,
always.
Of course.
Almost
Okay,
always.
all
All right.
Do you go raw ever?
I bear back my patience.
Bear back your patience. Awesome. Awesome. After the show, set up an appointment.
Yes.
Somebody in the background is enjoying that.
Somebody's over there,
saying
somebody's
it's
got like a Whipley, like that's what's his name? What was the villain on Snidelash?
Yeah,
Whipley?
the doctor.
he's got that little like somebody in the background there. The engineer over there has kind
Our
of got like a
engineer.
little. He's got a little smirk on his face. He's got this
Yes.
little evil look, and he's kind of giving that I don't know, come hither look too at the same time.
my.
But go ahead, suppositories.
Suppositories.
Suppositories. I talked to a guy while waiting for. This is way before I met Melanie. This is before you, honey.
Before him. It's me.
I met a guy in a bar, and it's not going the way you think it's going.
So this wasn't at a hardcore.
No. This is at a bar. I was actually surfing for some chicks, and some chick happened to take kind to me, and I was waiting for her to come back from using the bathroom, and I'm talking to this guy, and this guy randomly, I have the blue, comes up and he's like, "You ever had a suppository in your ass?" I'm like,
It's a good icebreaker.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like,
Was that gentleman Glenn, the gentleman behind you? Was it Glenn? Was it Glenn? Does he look familiar? Is it Glenn?
does, he
It
does.
was. It was Glenn.
You're in a safe place. You're in a safe place. You can't harm you.
We're here to protect you.
Yes.
Just if you want to, if you want
So
to be able to
I'm like,
remain.
not really. He says, I enjoy it. I'm like, okay, that's great. He says, I just got a couple of suppositories in my ass today. I'm like, that's great. He says, you want to come back to my place and help me with a couple? I'm like, no, I'm all set.
Wow, actually, this story did go exactly the way I thought it would.
Well, I was thinking you guys may think I actually took him home and actually,
Well, now I'm curious.
I
I
just
mean,
want to be nice. And,
well, Chris, you're gay. Do you
That's
ever
the rumor I started.
Do you ever try to pick up men by talking about suppositories?
often.
Okay.
Often.
That's a bad pickup line, though.
Yes.
That's who would really be like? Who would want to go home with that
It
guy?
has
really.
about a
I was actually
90%
wondering-
failure rate.
I was like, buy me a drink, ask me if I want a drink
And the
first.
10%, the
Come on,
10% of guys who actually are into it, you don't want to take them home.
Yeah.
No.
That's
Wow, you just can't win.
You
Because
can't-
life
can't be
just
upfront
beat
with
them
that.
down.
I mean, if he wasn't so upfront, maybe I would, say, okay, let's go with this. But he was just too upfront.
Yeah.
It's like going to a woman and say, hey, want to fuck? It's like, I
Or do you want me to put the suppository in your ass?
yeah. Or do you like dildos in your ass or getting fisted? It's just like.
yeah. That's like starting a conversation with. You ever have a fist up your ass?
I've had
You want
someone
to go back to my place and put a fist up your
I've had
ass?
someone say it before.
Hey, bitch, why don't you take that stick out of your ass?
You might as well
and
just
let
have
it
the
like
police
this?
escort you out of the building at that
exactly.
point. I mean, that's
Well, again, though, would the fist be gloved?
it could be.
But if it's being
Well,
gloved,
depends.
as long as it's lubed up and gloved, I'm okay. But you can't do it raw.
No.
You can't do it without.
I know, I've seen a lot of videos where it's done without gloves. So. Why am I watching these videos? I don't know.
Yeah.
They're straight.
It's like going to a bar and being like, you ever have a
Yeah.
rabid hamster up your cooter? You know, it's like something like that. You know,
I'm sorry, Mr.
What?
You can't remove it.
You ever,
What?
you ever had a guinea pig removal?
Yes. It's not so much the going in, it's when they start clawing as you try to
Oh,
take it out.
But isn't that the worst?
You can't talk about. I have a guinea pig at home. You cannot talk about guinea pigs that way.
Yes,
Please.
don't
Yes,
don't
yes,
any ideas.
yes, don't. That is not.
No,
You
it's one-
can't.
it's
You
like-
you crossed the line. You've crossed the line when you talk about guinea
Oh
pigs.
god, then I'm gonna talk about guinea pigs.
And you can't cross that line.
Yes.
They go in white,
Yes.
but they don't come out that
That's
way.
well, mine's black. So
Oh, so it's on camera.
Must everything be about race? Clearly. Erase the hate, please.
She's a sassy black guinea pig.
Oh,
so she's-
my goodness.
Yeah, those little claws will just claw at your prostate.
Well, that's why you get the little guinea pig clippers.
Oh, okay.
So you just, you clip the guinea pig with little nails.
Oh, the
and,
guinea clippers.
Yeah, the guinea clippers.
The clippers.
The petty paws.
I used to think
Petty
those were
paws.
for Italians. I didn't
Yes.
realize what
Oh,
those
they
were
are.
actually for guinea pigs.
And that could be painful
I
too,
thought
though.
their
if you don't,
mustaches.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I got the clipper. That was good. Awful Italian.
Yeah, that was really bad.
That's racist. If you
Yeah.
talk racism there, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You go- Next time you go and get like a pizza pie or something somewhere, you go to
Pizza
you
pie.
Go to the pizzeria.
pie.
Go to the pizzeria and you go. You go over it that way and say, "I got the clippers.
I want the clipper.
I wanted a pizza pie." Hey, give me the meat, the balls, and this also. Why don't you go and order
Some of the
that way?
grease up for your face,
Yes.
eh? Yeah. Oh, that's
See, that's horrible.
This is why we should not be
That's-
televised.
No. Next week,
This is why we should never be on the air to begin.
the next televised edition. Why don't we dress up as our best racial stereotype? Why don't we just do that? all right?
man, you ruined my
Yeah,
idea.
That'd be perfect.
I'll be Polish and not show up.
I say we all just like show up in tidy whities.
Tidy whities.
Oh,
This is the first episode since we're on TV that we're actually wearing pants.
I'm now
That is
real.
officially turned on by Scott right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he was talking about the
He just put the
suppositories.
thought in my head.
Yes.
So, thank
Wow.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so you know Red Hot Chili Peppers performed in their
So
socks?
if Melanie is looking for a third in the relationship, that I'm right here.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Wow. Oh, look, see, Glenn got it. Glenn just got burnt up again. Did you see that? You talked about being like a threesome. Glenn got really, like, his ears perked up. He was all like, ooh.
Oh my.
Like a horny little rabbit over there with earphones on.
Let's say we have one camera tonight. One camera. Do we really need an engineer, or is he actually going to come join us at some point?
Well, he's editing the show over there. He's making sure if anything objectionable, he's editing it out.
Probably zooming in on my car.
Anytime we mention his name, he's editing it out.
Right,
to see
right.
what's happening. So
This
he's,
is let it large. This is verbal fucking
It is,
ejaculation. We
but-
don't need any editing.
yes, he's editing. He's got his finger on the button. We don't know what button it is, but he's got his finger on some button. over
Yeah.
there.
I'm looking at the IPM Nation, the verbal ejaculation
It's-
chat room.
Oh,
where
it's loaded.
it's got the title of the show. Well, we are now part of, as well as the Amsterdam channel, we're part of the QCE News channel. And I'm assuming that our normal engineer, who's Doug McCormick on Friday nights, was thinking he was typing something in the chat room, but instead he put in "Hi Zook" as the description of the show.
Okay.
It's like
Well,
it's like
Hi
people
Zook.
logging in are like, "Who the hell is Zook?"
No, Zook will be here shortly.
Zook,
Hi, Zook.
Scoot.
Hi,
Who's
Zook.
Zook?
You know, Zook, he does this thing with a zucchini, so we call him Zook for short. And, you know, I'm straight, but I have to tell you, the zucchini thing, it's
Is it
kind of hot.
Pretty hot?
I get a little aroused, and that's coming from
And
you.
you'll be here-
aroused.
you'll be
We're
here tonight?
aroused.
You'll be here tonight?
Oh, he'll be here any minute.
Wow.
Is it now? Scott is excited.
Oh, wow. We got
My
some
God,
special
it's
Zook.
this.
Sometimes he uses a
Weird show
cucumber,
tonight.
but, you know.
You come cute.
Yeah, but the cucumber's
Yeah.
not that exciting unless it's one of those Italian
Need those
cucumbers.
Right.
No.
No, of course not.
Of course. You clear your history, of course.
Oh, by the way-
a porn on this.
I bought a new
I
Mac.
learned by
Yes.
Bought a new Mac Pro. Guess what? First website I went on. Porn Doctor.
Porn doctor.
Porn
Doctor.
Doctor.
Is it Porn doctor or Porn MD?
Melanie, she was Porn Doctor. I went on.
Porn
there.
doctor.
Yeah, and Melanie was like, she pointed it out. Everybody I know, she points it out. She goes, she goes, you go to the computer now. You're gonna search some porn. I'm like,
Duh.
I'm like, duh. What other porn is there to a computer? You know,
It's true.
listen to music, download porn. You got it. So she's like, she goes, what's that website that Chris was telling you about from IPM Nation?
Oh, X2.
I was this like Porn Doctor? So I went on Porn Doctor, and it was actually I got a bunch of nurses. I got some male doctors. I kind of skimmed through for a little bit. And then she caught me on Bang Bros.
Bang Bros?
Bang
Bang
Bros.
Bros.
That doesn't sound right. Bang Bros.
Yeah, that's not even one.
What kind of site is that?
That's
What,
actually
Bang
how
Bros?
that's how we found Zeus. Was on Bang Bros.
Bang Bros.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I might be a fan. No, sure.
Bang Bros.
Bang Bros is actually it's a site with multiple porn sites combined into one.
Oh. It's like a
Bless
portal.
you.
It's a company that puts on all these.
Oh.
Bros.
Yeah,
That's not that one where it's got the big black guys that give like white chicks money.
Monsters of Cock.
Because there's one site that there was these big like giant black guys that will go out and find skinny like crack-addled white girls and give them money to do the most demeaning
Oh, yeah,
things.
yeah, there it is.
Is that what it is? Is that the same one?
It's Big Tits Round Ass is my favorite site that they got.
Huh.
Yeah, I think it's like every man's favorite.
Valerie K's sweet ass. The Afro fuck. Shy girl gets some dick. I love the descriptions.
Yes.
Oh,
They're
Rick-
all shy girls.
I don't have to watch the previews. I just like get off on the description.
You read the description and that gets
My
you
description done.
Guys, Rick Santorum would not approve of this discussion
Well,
at
I
all.
think that's
No,
Very
not
upset.
at
He'd
all.
be very upset. I'm just pointing that out.
Am I listening to,
Little Wilson Phillips.
Little Wilson Phillips.
I glanced at it, the door is shut, so we don't hear the music. But
Right.
the music's still piping in. We still get the music.
Can I actually
somebody's got to turn around and say
this song, Dan? I don't know if you remember this, but
Oh.
but
What, the night
you,
we slow danced this
you,
song?
you and I were in your car. This was a very long time ago. This was like high school.
Are you going to reveal something that's a little embarrassing?
Well,
between the two of us?
you
We had to pull over.
You
We had
can't be
to
embarrassed
coddle.
by this if you want, but
Because, you know.
no, I just remember I was riding in the car and this song was on the radio, and you got annoyed with me because I was talking during the breakdown.
Oh, yes, because that's one of the
And
best
you
parts.
said, "Man, you're ruining the
Of the
song."
song. This is the best part.
And that is a true story.
That's part of the song. I mean, that's the only reason to hear this song. In fact, I think we should have a moment of silence when the breakdown comes on.
Well, we can't hear it very well in here,
I know.
but just hold on for one more day.
Just hold on.
Don't you know? Things will change. Things will go
Because
your
this,
way.
you know. Is this the song that's in Bridesmaids?
Yes.
It is,
At the-
right?
Well,
Yeah.
Wilson Phillips shows up at the very end.
Yes.
Isn't like Carney Wilson?
Yes.
Yes.
She is in the song.
She's like a shapeshifter or something. Every time
Yeah,
I see her,
yes.
she looks completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She and Leanne Rimes. Leanne Rimes looks different in every photo. It's very strange.
Are they the same person?
Could be.
Carney and Leanne?
They could be.
They could be.
They maybe Carney Wilson shapeshifts into Leanne Rimes.
That could be too.
Do we ever see them together?
I don't think they've ever performed together or ever been in the same room together. I don't know.
Or hosted a game show together?
I don't think so. They were never on the same. And in fact, wait a minute though. Carney Wilson was part of that country star show we were talking about before. That whole like celebrities becoming country
all
stars.
the celebrity rehab people.
Yeah, so maybe. Because that's the same show that Bobby Brown
Interesting.
won.
I almost wish I had a goatee.
There's no brainer, dude. I mean, like, chicks dig guys with goatees.
It's true.
So.
Well,
some
he's
guys
gay.
do.
He doesn't
Well,
care.
Oh, that's right.
You gotta say
Yeah.
dudes dig guys.
Dudes.
Go,
Oh,
dudes.
sorry.
Dude,
sorry.
It's a
bro.
no-brainer.
Bang, bro.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. Guys that put suppositories up their ass love guys with goatees. That's what it is.
I've heard that.
Obviously, because the
Yeah.
guy was trying to pick him up
Yes,
at the bar.
yes.
Come on.
I actually,
It's a
I
double-edged
tried
sword.
suppositories at one point. you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was actually suppositories are for people who don't know what they are. They're actually for when you're really, really ill. They help you boost your immune system back into place.
Oh, okay.
So,
And you need to have it in your anus, right? It has to go
Yeah.
up the ass because that's
It has to go to your
It has to
anus?
go right into your
It's
anus.
for bringing- yeah, it's for-
Yeah,
Way
right
to
up
the
there.
suppository.
That's,
Yeah.
that's where your immune system is. People don't realize that.
When I was,
It's
7
in
years
your
old.
colon.
when I was 7 years old, I'd have a suppository.
Really?
Yeah, when I was 7 years old.
Won't that hurt the guinea pig that's living in your colon already?
It could.
Hey,
It could.
no, guinea pig first and then suppository.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it lubes up the guinea pig for when it comes out.
Yeah.
Good. It
So-
could.
Why don't you have the guinea pig hold on to the suppository as you insert
If you can
Just
train
tiny
it,
little
yes.
hands, or just tape it
If
around.
you can teach it to, yes.
Oh, who has that kind of time?
No.
Did you train the guinea pig? Yeah,
You
shove it right
put
in.
some type of like
I'm gonna hold it.
product on it though, like some type of grain or some type of hay.
Well, at that
Or like a-
at the
like a
same
vegetable.
Yeah, at the same time, you'll be able to take care of the tapeworm that's
Like
been
if
living
you
in your
make
intestine.
if you make the suppository like a carrot flavor or like a lettuce flavor, then
I
be eating it.
I think you used to get rid of tapeworms, though. You would like put a piece of meat near your ass so the tapeworm would come.
you
from
would put some, yeah, you would put some type of like.
That's how I know this shit.
Is that really how
Yes.
It would just shove a steak up
You
your
have to
ass.
sit over a piece of meat and wait for it to come find it.
Really?
I'm looking that up.
And I'm
right
glad we know.
I'm looking it up right now to see how to get rid of tapeworm.
I actually have heard that now that I think
Tapeworm
about it.
is actually, I might sound stupid here, but tapeworm is actually a worm that's in your system?
Yes.
Really?
It's
It's
a
in your
parasite.
intestines.
It's a parasite that lives in your
And
intestines.
it'll crawl out of your anus?
Actually, Joe, please don't bring up any pictures of tapeworms. I'm about to vomit.
There it is. There's a tapeworm right there. Looks like a piece of spaghetti.
I just had spaghetti.
It looks like spaghetti.
Wow.
I just had pasta tonight. Melanie cooked. She did her job well.
See, I wish we had the capability of
They're
showing
thin,
things on
elongated
Instagram
parasites
and
that
see
look
what
like the
we're
common
looking
spaghetti.
at.
Now, how do you know you had pasta? For all you know, you had a plate full of tapeworms.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I'm the one that cooked.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she didn't do her job.
Maybe your
well.
pasta will give you
I'm going to read if
tapeworms.
this tells you to squat on top of a piece of steak, though. I'm going to read if it's.
I'm going to
Steak
try that
squatting.
just in case, because sometimes I eat a lot and don't gain weight.
You do.
I just may
You
do it
eat
for
a
the sexual
lot.
thrill.
What's that?
I just may do it for the sexual thrill.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm just
No, no one will judge.
You get
No
tapeworm from
judgment
eating
here.
raw food, though.
I prefer things going up my. No, see, that's
Meat.
wrong.
Meat in your ass.
Meat in your.
Meat in your ass. They make me.
Now I got pink going on in the background. I don't know. This isn't getting picked up?
No, no.
No. Glenn's saying no.
So we're talking, you're hearing this music in the background.
Yeah. Tonight show is sponsored by.
All right, this site is not saying anything about squatting, or this is actually, I guess, this is telling you to go see your doctor and get all these like.
Oh, go see your
medications.
doctor?
That's all you do that.
That's
so
crazy.
I guess we have to find the site for people that don't have medical insurance.
Yes, yes.
So I got to figure out the
Millions
other
of
way.
people on insurance
You know,
start
let's-
We're probably squatting over some meat right now just to get healthy.
yeah,
Oh, see,
so-
after
Meat
that-
squatters on belay.
yeah, so that's that's.
meat, put it on the ground, squat over it so the tapeworm can smell the meat.
So you didn't find a site to tell you that.
Yeah, it's called otherhealth.com.
Otherhealth.com.
Oh, it's a porn site too.
I knew it.
See,
I knew
you're
it.
right. I'm so sorry, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
See, I figured you were on
Sounds like
WebMD.
porn. Don't tell me that.
Yeah, WebMD does not tell you to squat on
Alright,
meat.
so get a piece of meat, put it on the ground, and squat over it so the tapeworm can smell the meat. It will crawl out of your body in due time. This also means you should abstain from heavy protein or meats internally.
Wow.
What? So thank you, G.
Wow.
It's not even a doctor,
It's
scientist.
just some guy or some woman that's like, yeah, just lay a piece of steak down on the ground and squat all of it. Like, does the worm actually has a nose? The worm can smell the meat?
Apparently so.
Think of like the person who came up with this.
Like, who's just sitting there going, okay, honey,
Reply
just
to
go
Dina.
squat
That
over
meat
the meat.
idea, I think, would work. Okay.
Wow. All right, we gotta find somebody with a tapeworm, because we have to do this now.
All right, anyone with a tapeworm, please start-
Anybody out there that knows anybody with a tapeworm, or who wants to get a tapeworm so we can do this?
Yeah.
We want to find somebody out there
Baby
that's really
soap
going to
lather
tapeworm.
foam is all over the body, right? Now this is dirty. Some of it reaches the anus, and this worm gets attracted to it.
What are you reading now?
I'm reading the response to the person who thinks that the meat idea will work, but apparently bathing won't? What? But I feel him move Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I don't want to think about this anymore.
No more. That's
Yeah.
for our first televised edition.
So basically, so for anybody out there that wants to eat a lot of just raw meat to get this tapeworm, because that's how you're supposed to get them, is by eating a lot of raw meat, it says.
Or making out with your dog.
Yeah,
Who
make out with
eats
your
raw
dog or
meat
cat.
anyway?
Oh, I eat raw meat all the time.
Do you?
I love raw. Like, I very raw meat. Like, I like just any.
Can't you catch like a sickness from that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that
you
food
get
poisoning
tapeworm.
once.
You get food,
Yeah,
you get food
yeah.
poisoning and
Bacteria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it says right
I
here.
do
It
love
says,
how on all packages now of like produce and meat it says cooked to 160 degrees. Like people didn't know ahead of time to cook their meat.
It tells you right here.
Some people still don't know to cook their meat.
There's a slight chance for you to get the following tapeworms: the pork tapeworm, the beef tapeworm, and the fish tapeworm.
I find the pork tapeworm to be the most friendly of the tapeworms.
Of course, avoiding the consumption of raw meat definitely cuts the risk of getting these worms.
How do you get? Now, how do you get?
No, I understand too that Muslims don't like the pork tapeworm.
Yeah,
Is
they
that
don't.
correct?
The Jews hate them too.
Yes.
Oh,
They
yes,
do.
yes.
So they do.
And the pork tapeworms aren't too big on the Jews themselves. So
No.
Right,
they're a
right.
little anti-Semitic.
Yeah,
Is this mine, by the way?
I think so.
Yes, that is for our guests.
Oh, all right.
And the best way to get rid of pet tapeworms is to prevent them from reaching your pet's belly. So don't board your pet.
I did once have to hold, when I had my cat, I had to hold my cat over some meat.
Did you? Did you see the worms crawl out of the anus of the cat?
I did.
Did you?
I kind of almost want to see it be done.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
You
just
should
want to see
save the
it.
time
I'm just
and energy.
curious.
You just rub your cat on your head and stick it to the wall and just put a piece of meat underneath there, and the static electricity, the cat will just stay there.
Yes.
Done that before. Rub it like a balloon.
Right, yes, of course.
Static cat.
Well, my cat ran away.
I'm sorry. Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Oh.
I lost one of my cats.
Womp
I tortured.
womp.
I tortured one cat, and then it kind of ran away. And I went to go find it to say I'm sorry, but then I thought it was weird. I saw its skin hanging from a Chinese food restaurant. So and it's coming from a Chinese food restaurant I've been eating for a long time. So I probably ate my own cat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what'd be funny is if
Goes
you
around,
ate your
comes
own cat and then got a tapeworm from it. That would serve you right for torturing it.
That would, and I would have to.
That would be karma.
That would karma would be a bitch.
Catma.
Oh, catma, yes.
Yeah. Go to the grocery store. Oh, you buying a steak? Having a nice steak dinner tonight? Nope. Getting rid of my tapeworm.
Have we lost any of our viewers?
I think people have just left. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The talking about the guinea pigs and the cats and the tapeworms, that's
Yep.
just turned everybody off.
Go from
That's what it is.
Whitney Houston to
Yeah.
anal pleasures.
That's what it is.
Well, I mean, it's
Well, I'm
bound
sure
to
she
happen.
enjoyed a few
I was going to say, that's
She probably did.
That's an easy,
She
transfer.
probably
Yes.
liked it one way or another. She liked it or not. Bobby Brown probably took it to her whether she wanted to.
Yes.
Well, I just saw this news report came over that a strict new law is set to change the adult film industry in California.
Really?
Beginning Monday, sweeping health regulations will require porn performers in California to use condoms while on location.
But do they have to pay for them, or will their employers?
The employers have to. Well, I don't know. Will the employers give them a rule that may have the industry considering a move to Arizona? So the porn may be filmed in Arizona now.
I know, actually,
So-
porn stars and producers were up in arms about this.
Yeah.
That they didn't want condoms. They don't.
Yeah, but aren't they
want
using
protection.
condoms?
A
in
lot of them
porn
do. A
movies now?
lot of the videos that I watch, and I watch a lot of videos, you see condoms.
Yeah.
Like you'll be hard pressed, no pun intended, or actually pun intended, to find a guy not wearing a condom.
It's like, because I thought they were all using condoms now, unless you're
Yeah.
looking at the real super hardcore AIDS porns that are out there now. That the
Oh.
ones that are you just got AIDS.
Wait, I
Like
just saw
those
a headline where
porns,
someone was-
you've seen those. Those new hardcore films that are out there that that people want to see now. The whole
I'm gonna.
I just gave you
I'm gonna
AIDS
donkey punch you
porns.
and
Yeah,
give you
those,
AIDS.
yeah.
So someone's pulling out of Rush Limbaugh. Oh, an
Seventh
advertiser.
advertiser pulls out of Rush Limbaugh's show.
Darn it.
A flower company is the seventh advertiser to pull its ads from the
That's good.
conservative talk show.
1-800 flowers.
Yeah,
or-
karma sucks,
Flowers.
doesn't it, Rush?
Flowers.
Yeah, Pro Flowers just said on its Facebook page that it suspended advertising
It's awesome.
about
And
his.
you know what I love about those advertisers is they go on both sides of the aisle because Pro Flowers is both a conservative and a liberal sponsor.
Yeah.
So I do kind of like them taking
So now,
sides
let's see.
finally.
So these
Yeah.
are the 6 other advertisers. Let's see. They have the Quicken Loans, Sleep Train and Sleep Number, Citric Systems, Carbonite,
Carbonite is a
and
big one for both
Legal
sides.
Zoom.
And yeah, both.
So
Well, did you guys see the apology that he issued? I know we talked about this briefly.
Well, it was
off air.
bookended. It was bookended apologies with the.
Yeah, basically, for anyone who didn't see it, you can look it up. It's basically a couple of contrite sentences at the beginning and at the end, with a big paragraph in the middle, basically justifying himself. So it's one of those non-apology apologies,
Yeah.
one of those sort
Backhanded.
of, I'm sorry if I offended anyone, but I kind of really meant it kind of deals. So I'm glad that all these advertisers are pulling out.
I'm sorry you took it the wrong way type of.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Backhanded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you? He called her a slut, right? He called her a slut
And a prostitute.
Yes.
Yes.
And said that we as America should see what's going on in her sex life so that we can justify.
So he says, my choice of words was not the best, and in the attempt to be humorous, I created a national stir.
And the conservatives really
I
attempt
sincerely
humor a lot.
apologize to
They
Ms.
fail
Fruit for
miserably.
the insulting word choices.
Oh well, So sorry, I'm not a Rush Limbaugh fan.
I'm a politics fan.
Nope. Well, I enjoy. I'm enjoying this the whole debate process right now.
Oh, yeah.
The Republican candidates, because this is just comedy fodder. I love it. It's comedy gold.
I hate Mitt Romney. I really hate him.
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of Republicans out there that think that he's going to be a great candidate.
Well, there was this. I saw this video that was uploaded about this guy in a wheelchair. All right, and he's got some illness, and what he does to treat his illness, he takes medical marijuana. Okay.
Yeah.
And he says that medical marijuana does not really do it for him that well. It makes him sick, and he takes regular marijuana, and it works like wonders. And he asked Mitt Romney, if he becomes president, will he look into legalizing not marijuana for everybody, but to legalize it for people like him in his condition, or at least look into it?
Yeah.
Mitt Romney completely gave him the middle finger, turned away, and ignored him.
Yep.
And said, "I'm not legalizing marijuana." It's like if I was the guy who was crippled, I'd be like, "No, you fucking idiot." I'd be like, "I'm not asking it to be legalized for everybody
Right.
else. I'm asking for it to be legalized for someone in my condition."
Conservatives generally don't do compassion and
No.
empathy, in my opinion.
No.
What do you think? Dan, you're a Republican. What do you? I mean, you're not a very conservative Republican.
No.
But you are a Republican.
You host a show called Purple Ejaculation with the gay guy, so
Yeah.
not that.
Yeah, so he's not a conservative.
I'm not ultra right. I'm not. And I've said numerous times, I'm not a Rush Limbaugh supporter, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not, and I'm very moderate for what I
Yes,
am, and
yes.
I get into a lot of debates with a lot of my contemporaries in the party, because a lot of people hate the fact that I consider myself a Republican, but I support legalization of marijuana to some
Yes.
extent. I mean, I support that.
I would even go
support-
so far to say, even as somebody with a liberal leaning, I wouldn't say so much as legalizing it, but at least decriminalizing
Right,
it.
like they did in
decriminalizing
Massachusetts.
it, yeah, decriminalizing it, but also I support it legalizing it as a medical, like you're saying, for medical
absolutely.
purposes. For the you don't need to make it. I mean, but why not make it just like make it like the tobacco industry, make it like the alcohol, like make it beneficial. If people are going to buy it, people are going to smoke it, and people are going to sit there. It's just as harmful as alcohol and tobacco is. It's just as harmful.
Right.
And it's not a transition drug like people make it out to be.
No.
If you smoke a joint right now, you're not going to go out and get crack. You're not going to go out and
Right.
get heroin.
That was a propaganda.
It's a propaganda thing. But yes, there are. I lost. She was a step grandmother to marijuana because the woman driving the car that hit my father when they got into that major accident. The woman was smoking marijuana, driving the car, text messaging when she struck the vehicle that almost killed my father, killed his mother-in-law and caused major damage, killed the woman on impact. She was basically smoking one of those travel pipes that my ex-roommate used to smoke all the time too while he was driving. So she was high on marijuana, text messaging, and driving on an icy road in Vermont. The police deemed that was the reason for the accident, is that she had marijuana in her system. So yes, it impaired her driving ability just like alcohol does.
Sure. Yes.
So yes, weed killed her and killed my step-grandma. So yes, it is a dangerous substance.
Yes, it's
So
absolutely.
the debate could be, why would I want something legal that kills people? Why would I want something legal? But alcohol and cigarettes. Cigarettes cause cancer.
Right.
That woman could have been drinking and driving. Same thing would have happened. It still impairs your judgment. There should be, it's better to legalize it, make it out there, regulate it,
Right.
put the money towards education, put the money towards like they do
Right.
for everything else.
Right.
Be responsible with it.
Be responsible
Just like
with
you,
it.
You can't expect everybody who drinks to be responsible.
No. Certain people hit trees. Certain people hit other cars. I'm not aiming at anything. I'm kidding.
I never hit a tree or a car.
No, or utility poles or whatever it was. You know what I mean?
Own that fucking pole.
I'm not saying that.
Just put my name on it.
Certain people do. They'll drink and drive and things happen.
Your judgment is completely impaired.
Yeah. your judgment is impaired, and you know that happens.
Yeah.
But it's like, so yeah, I mean, so I do support that. I support gay marriage because it's like, I don't think we have a right to tell.
Kill you.
Well, no, but I don't think we have a right to tell people that, love is love. If you're in love with somebody, it's none of our business who you're screwing behind closed doors. If you want, it's like, but the problem is, and this is the problem where you get into the debate though. Where does it end though? If we say it's okay, you're going to have these crackpots that come out of the woodwork saying, well, I want to marry my cat. I want to marry my dog. There has to be a stop to that. But then you have to have that whole, like, you do have to have something in place saying.
You start thinking that way, that you're the same person who wants to have a relationship with your cat.
But no, that's what I'm saying.
This is where we're.
You have to end, but you have to.
You can't go straight to the man-dog.
No, but I'm saying though, I support. But I'm saying though, you should allow gay marriage. I'm saying we should allow that. But we got to have somewhere in place saying, yes, allow gay marriage, allow this, but you have to have bestiality somewhere to say no. That's what I'm saying. There's going to be a law somewhere defined saying
why being between two people. Common sense.
Yes, but I'm saying though, there's going to be a crackpot that comes out of the woodwork somewhere, in Alabama or in
I'm sitting next to him.
No, but you know what I mean.
Like Sutek is a very handsome cat. Yes.
I don't want to marry my cat.
What's to stop that crackpot from doing that anyway? What's to stop that crackpot from saying, my cat's female, I'm male, we have two different sexes.
Why is it not a big thing right now?
I'm sure there are people out there.
Okay.
But we also have to find a way to stop people marrying their cousins. That's happening nowadays.
Oh,
so.
man.
But that is.
Well, that's a southern thing.
That's a Jerry Lewis.
You ever been to Pittsfield, New Hampshire?
It's having a Barnstead, Pittsfield. It's happening.
Oh, man.
13-year-old cousin.
Yeah, she was his like 13-year-old cousin, but that happens in the South. So let's
Although I'll admit, I have a pretty good-looking 22-year-old cousin. All right, so I see your point. On that.
You know what I'm saying? Though, like let's focus on that.
I seriously hope none of my relatives are watching that one.
But
they're going through their heads. 22. No.
Yeah.
We'll know when you don't show up.
Talking about.
We'll know when you don't show up next week. Where's Chris?
Well, actually, you won't be here next week. Well, you're going to be in
I'll be in Atlanta.
You'll be in Atlanta.
Atlanta, really?
Atlanta, visiting my sister.
Oh, you bastard. Who's going to host the show? Or is it even going to go on?
We're not going to do a show.
Are we doing a show? We're not going to do a show.
No VE next week.
Well, you can.
No show next week. Wait, all those times that you did a show without me, we can't do a show without you?
Oh.
What is that? What is that all about? What is that? It's okay.
This is your punishment.
But I'm saying though, it's okay to do a show without me, but just because you're not going to be here, you can't do a show.
This is your punishment.
I like that. Oh, I like that. I like that attitude.
I gotta say, I like it when Chris hosts.
I like that. Wow. Gee, I like that attitude.
Because some of us, I don't know, put effort into this show.
Wow.
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 That was for the man dog.
Really?
Comment.
It was for the what comment?
That was for the man dog. Going straight to that, from gay marriage to the animal.
To the animal, the bestiality, because you're going to have those.
You are not going
you know you're going to have those lunatics. Yeah, but you can't prevent the show from happening next week just because you're not going to be here.
I can.
You can't. We can still do a show next week. We could have a whole party show.
We're going to boycott it.
We could. So there'll just be one less.
Yeah, that's what we want.
One less listener. So what? We'll have like a whole group of people here next week.
Do you want to do the show by yourself?
We can still do the show. We did before in the past.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. Why is that not a It's not a big deal.
You weren't objecting to it when I said
we were going to take a 3-week hiatus. I was fine with that. So like 3 weeks.
So why is he complaining?
It's like 3 weeks off.
Verbal ejaculation.
I was like 3-week vacation. It's great. That's fine.
Then take a break next week.
Take a break?
That's all I was saying.
Oh, I just think it's a power trip now.
It is a power trip.
Yeah, he's going to be going away. He's going to wait. He's going to be like, I'm not even going to listen. The show's going to
I don't even want to see him anymore.
Perfect.
I'm done.
All right.
My God.
I think we will do a show next week now on this place. I think we should. I think you should phone it in from Atlanta while you're trying to marry your 22-year-old cousin.
He lives up here.
So you should ask him to come with you.
Yeah.
The trip.
This show has commercials.
I can't believe it took you this long to
It
figure
does.
out.
The Ustream like blatantly just puts random commercials on.
Every 30 minutes.
We have no control.
No.
So.
And that $3.99 is only if you're a user. It's not if you're a broadcaster. So.
Right.
to get rid of the commercials.
Well, good. When we went to the whole trust thing with Melanie, it went to commercial.
It did. Oh, okay.
So
This time.
I trusted you.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's good.
yes, you used the appropriate amount of
Yeah.
fingers. He was happy
Sounds
with that.
There was some fingers being used, a zucchini, gerbils.
Trust experiment.
Guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs with claws. Declawing your guinea
Declawing.
pig.
My ass
It
still
doesn't
hurts.
stretch your colon.
And talking about tapeworms.
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 And how Dan just figured out that I didn't want to do a show next weekend. But you know what it is? I don't trust him
You don't trust me? What?
hosting alone. No, it's the two of you actually. I don't because you feed him and you can like
What are you
like
talking
genuinely
about?
interested.
We did.
It's two of
We
you.
did the
It's
show
nothing.
for the longest time without you
Have you
coming
not
in.
known me to be paranoid?
And then it was
I
like,
just I do not trust
Wow.
you as
You
far
don't
as I can
trust me.
fucking bowl you. All right?
what are we gonna do without you on the show?
Everything.
If you want us not,
It's
to
always, oh, Chris just sent me a text. Listen how gay this is.
oh, like you're gonna send me a text. Like, listen how gay
Give me
this is.
shit. You give me much more shit when I'm not
And you
here,
don't
Sway.
give me
And
shit
you
when
give
I'm
me
not
shit
on the
when
show.
Of course, I have to pay you back.
Like I didn't do the show for medical purposes a few times. I was in sleep apnea clinic there on a few shows. You gave me shit. for
Rehab.
shows.
You were going through that gay rehab.
That gay rehab. I was at the Santorum clinic for rehab rehabilitation.
Marcus Bachman came out.
Yes.
Came out so sweet.
He was in with me. He was a great roommate, Mr. Bachman.
I don't trust you. I don't trust you at all.
I don't know.
It's like, I have to keep my eyes on you.
I don't know what it is. We could have next week. We could have like a full gay dance party. We could have like the best show
I'll be
ever.
here.
Yeah.
We could have like men in sailor suits. Like we could just have this nice, like really nice gay dance party.
No, do not encourage this.
We could have like the gayest episode ever without you here, and I think that would be great.
You usually do.
Well, I'll bring the Boy George albums.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah,
Wow.
Freddie Mercury.
Now, why are you insulting Freddie Mercury? That's just because he was a gay man doesn't mean the Queen is gay.
I don't know. Queen is not gay, but
The band's name is Queen.
But they're not gay.
they actually come out some good tunes. But
They weren't singing gay. His songs weren't gay. He wasn't singing like they're not as bad as Culture Club.
I saw
Yes,
there's a lot of people I've talked to like when I tell them
George Michael.
Freddie
Yes,
Mercury
yes.
is gay, they're like, Freddie Mercury was gay? I'm like, yeah. I watched one performance of Queen on it was VH1 Classics.
But these are people who also were in denial about Liberace and Paul Lynde.
Those. No, but okay. These are like, people that were surprised about Rob Halford, though. But Judas Priest. It's like if you look at Judas Priest and listen to their music, he was always telling people, "I'm a flaming homosexual," and nobody got it. And the metalheads still to this day are still like, "What? Are you kidding me? What? Really?" And it's like, he's even telling you,
Right.
I'm gay.
The suits, the
Like,
biker
he
hat.
walked out in S&M outfits, and he
Yeah.
walked out, and his music was talking about, I love sucking a cock. There's nothing more metal than sucking a cock, and the priest heads look at you like, you fucking faggot, and start kicking your ass, and it'd be like, dude, your lead singer in your favorite band tells you he's gay, and he loves sucking cock, and he's singing a song about the love of another man.
Maybe that was Jesus.
No, but I just like it's all about
It's not
it's just always funny because growing up as a Kiss fan, we were always ridiculed because Kiss was gay. Kiss, they wear makeup. They're you're a fag because you like Kiss. And
No, that's not why they called you a fag.
No, but it was always like, and Kiss was never truly metal because they never were. They were hard rock.
When you were a kid.
But like, it was just so funny because all the metalheads that were these Judas Priest fans, and I always was a Priest fan too, but I knew he was gay. Like, who didn't know he was
Yeah, I
gay?
wasn't surprised.
No, and it was like, but all the Priest heads would come up to you and they'd be like, you're a poser, you like Kiss, or you like this band, or you like this band, because you like the hair metal bands, you like this. And it's like, dude, your lead singer is telling people, I take it up the ass. But he's singing about how much he wants you to go to bed with him. And you're walking around dressed like you just walked out of a gay bar. Because you're dressing like your favorite band. And just because I like them, I'm the fag? And it's like, but they still don't get it. It's just like, he leaves that band, shaves his head, and he puts out this techno stuff. And
Yeah, what was it, 3? Was that
3? That was like,
the album? They only did one album.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think it was called 2.
Two, yeah.
It was
two.
with Trent Reznor produced it.
Yeah. And he does like this really avant-garde like techno stuff, and
Yeah.
and they still didn't catch on. They were just like, wow, he's doing Euro disco stuff. It's like, oh, but he's the metal god. He's the metal god. You can't mess with Rob Halford. And it was just like,
He's performing with the Pet Shop Boys.
no, he was. No, he seriously was. He was touring
It was
with
like the lineup of Pet Shop Boys and Erasure.
It
I
was,
still
yeah.
forget it.
It was like he was out with Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
And it was like they
He's not gay.
He's not
Apparently, Depeche Mode is not gay. How is that happening?
No, they're not gay, but they have a huge gay.
Right.
But no, but it was just so funny. It was always like funny to like look and it'd just be like, really? And you just get like, oh, how dare you? Don't pick on Judas Priest. It's like, it's like it's blatantly obvious. But I mean, at least with Queen, I mean, Freddie Mercury was not. I mean, Freddie Mercury was bisexual. He had
Yeah.
girlfriends. He had boyfriends.
Yeah, because he had been married at one point, right? Wasn't he
He
married?
never got married. He had a girlfriend.
You know what? Maybe I'm thinking of Elton John. Because Elton John was
Elton John was
I was
married.
going to see if I could get a reaction out of this, but bisexuality does not exist. It's not a real
Bisexuality
thing.
does not.
Bisexuality is not a real
It's not a real thing.
It's just a rest stop to gay.
It's just a title.
Is he-
Is that what it is?
He's got the earphones on, so I know he's
ignoring it.
is he falling asleep?
I think he's listening to Depeche Mode over there, actually.
Trying to translate, Rob Halford's got those lyrics in there.
But they're not gay. Depeche Mode is not. Pet Shop Boys, yeah.
Pet Shop Boys. Well,
Erasure.
Is Erasure gay?
He was Andy Bell, the lead singer, the little short dildo guy that plays the
Short dildo
keyboard,
guy.
was not apparently.
But Rammstein is not gay, though. They're not. They're real men.
Rammstein?
Well, they're German.
I do guarantee you, though,
German.
probably after tonight's
German.
show, he's going to ask you to take us off the QC News channel.
Think so?
What do you think, huh?
But he's just zoning out. He's not even listening. He's
Yeah.
listening to the music.
Well,
right
there's
now.
something else going on.
Glenn has a good sense of humor.
Yeah, he does.
He asked you to put up with us.
I mean,
That's true.
Rammstein comes out with the giant dick that shoots out cum. So I mean, that's not gay. That's just German men.
Is that a problem?
Yes,
Is that a problem, or was he
good.
just hung very well?
No, it's just that was one of their. I remember I saw Rammstein a few years ago on like the Family Values tour.
Yeah.
And he comes out and he's doing the Du Hast song, and he did. He had like a giant dick attached to him, and it just shot like semen all over the audience. And that was the whole song, and it was like. And then he came out and it shot fire the next song, and I was like, wow, this is very just cock based.
Yes.
It was like
The virus to symbolize the STD that he had.
It was like it's like 45 minutes of him shooting stuff out of his dick throughout the whole thing. I was like, this is great. I don't know what they're singing about.
I've
but it's
actually
great.
seen that at a drag show, so.
I've actually
And
seen
now I'm
them.
putting two and two together.
I'm actually seeing them at the DCU Center.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, then April next month.
Are they headlining or? Are they,
Yeah, they're headlining.
Oh,
I forget who they're playing, who's opening up for them, but it's supposed to be a good show. I've never seen Rammstein live.
It was a phenomenal show when I saw them. The sad thing I thought about it, because they were part of that bill with everybody else, they didn't have enough time. So they came out and they played. It was just they came out. He shot his load on me, and that was I was like.
Well, there was
Then he brought out the prop.
Then he brought out the flop. Oh wow, what's going on?
Wow.
What is it with guys doing that to you? I just look at Dan. Oh, sorry,
Wow, I can't even shoot my own load, but people come out and shoot a load on me.
That would be the first time I met you. United.
Oh, that's what
That's an
happened.
awesome name of a band. Drive-By Bukkake.
Drive-by Bukkake.
I've heard of that.
Yes.
I've heard of that.
You've heard of the band, or you heard of that actual happening?
I've heard of the band, and I've heard of that happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's I thought it was when someone because I used to play with Drive-By Bukkake, and
The band or driving by somebody? and just-
both. I after being influenced on their music, I kind of went out and did a little bit of tossing.
Found out what it's all about.
Found what it's all about. And started getting into the mix of it. Started getting up with a couple
I want to be in a
guys.
band
and
called Tossed Salad.
Tossed the salad.
Toss salad.
Tossed Salad.
They got some great song
I'm
lyrics
gonna
too.
get my salad.
Cream pie, ventilation, Joe Pesci's cum dumpster, Coke fuck river.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, they're a good band. If you're really into like thrash stomp metal,
So that's one of the Saturday Night Live sketches that I love is the underground
Oh, when they do the juggalo, like.
the Essie dance.
So,
And all the band names are just Mrs. Potato Dick.
But then they always have, like, when they do the lineup, they always have, like, a real band there,
Yeah.
too. They always have,
Yeah.
like, some like, stupid band, like, it's... I'm trying to think though. It's always like something like they'll always have like Christopher Cross.
Yeah. The Dixie Chicks. Or like they'll have some inspirational speaker. Oh, but Mrs. Potato Dick was
Mrs.
one
Potato
of my
Dick.
favorites.
Yeah. Mrs. Potato Dick.
And Assy Dan keeps dying. I'm still here, bitch. It's Assy Dan 2005. Oh, is that Lindsay?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. We're all the way back to the beginning of the show.
Now Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Breitbart died.
Yes.
We talked about this on Friday's show.
Now, he was a conservative blogger.
Yes. Not well liked in the liberal community.
No, now one of the things that was brought up, though, and I don't know if you talked about this on the Friday show, a lot of people compared him to Adolf Hitler. A lot of people were.
I wouldn't do that.
A lot
I
of
like
people
Andrew Breitbart, but I wouldn't compare him to Hitler.
Well, here's something that people have mentioned recently about, and I think we've talked about it on this show too, about how Obama, because he's an African-American gentleman, he doesn't get a lot of respect from people, especially conservatives.
Right.
That people are a lot in his face and a lot of disrespect to him.
Oh, yeah.
And you've never seen that with the president and stuff.
Not to this degree.
Not to this degree. Conspiracy theories and
About
stuff.
his death?
Yeah, a little different. I haven't seen that, but one of the things that I was brought to my attention about Andrew's death, people have been attacking via Twitter and other social media aspects. There's been cheers about his death.
Really?
People have been posting, liberals have been
Yeah.
posting, "Thank God he's dead. We're so happy he's dead." All this death about him.
Oh, I have a very liberal friend
And-
who said to me, "Oh, there is a God."
Yeah,
when I told
why?
him.
Why?
It's
Isn't that the most
unnecessary.
distasteful? And isn't that kind of the same type
Yeah.
of thing that we've been talking about with Obama? Isn't it kind of now? Isn't it the liberals now doing the same thing about somebody that's a blogger? He's not even in any
I think
power.
if they choose not to mourn, they can continue. They can go back to the archives and criticize shit that he's written. Absolutely, but there's no need to.
But to be so cruel, disrespectful,
Yeah.
comparing him to Adolf Hitler and saying he's going to be ass fucking Hitler in hell. These are actually stuff that's being posted out there.
I would say I
that
probably
the public
compare him
is
to,
seeing it.
I'd probably compare him to someone like Joseph Goebbels, where Goebbels was sort of the propaganda machine for the Nazis. But I certainly wouldn't say he's Hitler.
Oh, but they're going on and it's his family doesn't need to see this.
No, it's disgusting.
And it's disgusting. And there's all these people posting stuff. It's been posted on Facebook, being posted on Twitter. Every single place, you're getting all this negativity. The guy passed away.
Yeah.
The guy passed away, and it's it's all this stuff that they're posting about. Well, now he's in hell, and he's having anal sex with Hitler. He's doing this. He's doing that. And it's all negative.
That's
it's all this stuff that they're saying, all this negative stuff. But it's but yet. Again, it's one of these things where
I have to take a Lady Gaga break.
it's Lady Gaga.
It's Lady Gaga.
Everybody on every side of the fence always bitches and moans when it happens to one of their own people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's and they always go, "Oh, nobody does it here. Nobody does it." The conservatives say, "Well, we don't do that," and the liberals say the same thing.
Rampant
We don't
hypocrisy
do
on
it.
both sides of the aisle. We know
Absolutely.
that. I mean, not even go so far as to say a conservative blogger, but let's bring it down to a local level. Anybody who goes on to WMUR.com or UnionLeader.com when something as simple as somebody is arrested for prostitution, bloggers are nasty with their comments.
Oh, yeah.
That bitch deserved it.
Oh yeah.
I've seen shit like that.
Well, I
So
see it.
now-
Even
now I know it's
the
on
town it happens in.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's something happens in Franklin, people immediately go, "Wow, look at the town! It's Franklin. That's crack central." It's always
Well,
what happens?
my neighbor got arrested for having a meth lab, and I'm
Yeah.
talking to my ex, and I'm like, "Hey, our meth dealer got arrested,"
Yeah.
and I said to him, "Let's go to Franklin. That's the next place in New Hampshire."
Well, but in fairness, it is Franklin.
It's Franklin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
Franklin is everybody knows Franklin is where all that
Stand up.
happens. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's that and Conway.
Franklin is the
Yeah.
black child of New Hampshire.
But I mean, and growing,
Isn't Franklin the black kid of
Black child of John
Frank-
McCain.
of Peanuts, right?
Oh, yes.
Franklin was like, yeah, but I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
but growing up in that area, Franklin always was the cesspool of New Hampshire.
Yes.
It was always where
So, but now it is on a national level because Andrew Breitbart was nationally known.
he says
so I'm not
controversial
surprised. I'm not
things, yes,
surprised
but-
at my liberal cohorts for posting this shit. I am
Yeah.
disappointed for doing it.
Yes.
Again, if you choose not to mourn, criticize the stuff that he's done in the past, but not in a way that is.
But you shouldn't put like, thank God he's dead. It's like, don't even put something don't even post like, hey, we've lost. Like, don't even say anything about his death. It's like, why? It's like, Whitney Houston died. I did not, I'm not going to sit there and post all this negative stuff about Whitney Houston. I'll talk about it on here and say,
there's been plenty of crack.
And when she died, what did I say on here? Like, we lost somebody that had talent. Like, we never said anything negative about her dying. I didn't sit there and say, "Oh, thank God the crazy bitch died." Thank God, and we did it in a joking way when we did.
Right.
But
I think we pointed out that it wasn't surprising,
but
it was surprising that it happened. 48 years old. I think that's kind of what took me by shock, was that it just happened so quickly and unexpectedly. But not a big surprise, because with her addiction, there was a good chance that this was going to happen.
Yeah, like the only thing we've really said about like Whitney has basically been, why aren't we talking about other people?
Right.
Why the soldiers that keep on getting killed?
Right.
Why don't we focus on more important people? Why don't we focus on firemen and policemen that get killed every day in the line of duty?
Yeah.
She's a frickin' musician, celebrity, because of that as Americans we
chose to
focus on
destroy
celebrities.
life.
It's our fault. It's our own fault for focusing on these people. We need to put a stop to it. It's only us. It's us as Americans.
Yeah.
We are
We're
Americans.
also,
We focus on
as
it.
Americans, we're the ones that celebrate celebrity, and celebrity comes from celebrate.
Yeah.
We reward them by giving them millions of dollars to do films that, hey, if it doesn't do well at the box office, do we get our money back?
No.
No, they get to keep it.
Yeah.
Like athletes get paid millions of dollars, and guess what? When you have two teams playing against each other, one of them's going to lose.
Yeah.
Do we as fans get that money back too?
No.
Or do they have to give their money back if they lose? No. This is how we treat.
And we didn't mention this on the post Super Bowl show. We did the after the Super Bowl. None of us mentioned the fact that University of Massachusetts and Amherst rioted again when the Patriots lost. We never mentioned that because it's become commonplace.
Yeah.
That there was riots and people.
We'll report on it when it doesn't happen.
But it's one of those things where Amherst has to always every year, no matter what, if they win or lose, they have to rape and pillage the village. It's like that school has to do it every year, no matter what. The mentality of New England fans, and we're part of that group because we're in New England.
Yep.
Like, why are we such knuckleheads? We win the Red Sox fans, we win the World Series after so many years of not winning it. What do we go out and do? We go out and start destroying cars and destroying the city of Boston. We destroy, and then the football games, the Patriots win or lose, they trash places. It's like, it makes no sense to celebrate that way. Let's destroy the world because we've won something. And it's like,
when we win, we destroy.
But I don't understand why somebody passes away.
Yeah.
You shouldn't put negative hate speak out there. Don't even post anything. If somebody passes away that you don't like the person, then shut up, don't say a word.
Yep.
Don't even say anything.
No, I agree with everything you just said, but I'm also, I have to admit, I'm a hypocrite, because I celebrated on my show, Matt Connerton Unleashed, I celebrated quite vehemently and probably offensively to some people the death of Joe Paterno.
Yes.
Because my attitude was, he was I understand people revere him, but it's almost more like I was doing it to really sort of try to, I don't want to say humiliate, but try to get through to all the people that hold him up as some sort of hero because of his success as a college football coach.
Yeah.
And I was trying to say, look, guys, you can celebrate him all you want to, but he was a child rapist enabler. So,
For not being the whistleblower.
right, for
I mean,
knowing,
he knew something was going on, but he did speak to people about it. At the wrong, timing though was the problem with him. He didn't do something about it when he should have.
well, my attitude is, if you receive information about someone raping a child in a shower,
He should go and
you don't go to the police, then you're a
he went to his bosses, right? That's what he ended up doing.
Right.
He went to his bosses, and his bosses kept it quiet.
Right.
So I mean,
Paterno should have followed up. He should have gone to the cops.
He should have done more to it. He should have done more to it.
Instead, he just went about his life.
And I mean, his record as a coach was what people are going on about, and that was, I mean, for what he did as a coach, yes, was a very substantial thing that people revered him for. But after, the same thing. But we could talk about the same thing with, that's something that's noted though. People to this day don't know if Michael Jackson diddled kids or not. people are going to still think he diddled kids, but yet he is the king of pop and he has the music for.
But he was never convicted.
He was
of
never
anything.
convicted. But there, there's people to this day that say they have the evidence and
Oh,
that
sure,
they have
right.
the hush money and all that, and people are still going to have the attitude that he was a child molester. But we don't have proof. At least in Paternal's case, there was the proof and the evidence that
Right.
but he did what he thought was right by going to his bosses, and his bosses just swept it under the carpet and said,
Right.
"We don't want to ruin our fine reputation. We don't want to ruin this, the sport of everything."
Yeah.
And yes, he should have gone further, and he should have, kicked him out of there. He should have
Yeah.
fired them, got him out of there, gone to the police, and done all that.
Yeah.
Yes, he should have done more and not thought about, let's keep the athletic department the way it is, because
Right.
that's
Right.
a very successful athletic department. But yeah, I mean, you did kind of celebrate. I remember you had a big special episode or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, I said I hope he's in hell,
Yeah.
and
But that's, again, his family wasn't listening to your show, I don't think.
Right.
I mean, here's a case that we're talking about. This was on, who knows who was seeing what was. This was a national level of Andrew Bremer. Like everybody was
Right.
posting all this hate speak
Right.
about him. He's in hell, and it's like, and
He didn't
just,
diddle children as far
He
as we
wasn't.
know.
Yeah, he wasn't that.
He's just a man who uses words to be a mouthpiece for the conservatives.
But it's
he spoke his opinion.
just
Yeah.
like a Rush Limbaugh, just like anybody else from that same type of, and yes, he, there's some stuff that they claim, I guess, and was he the one that was putting out the supposed Obama college years or something? He's supposed to be putting out a
Yeah.
book or something
I
about,
heard something about
May
that.
have been.
yeah, I think that's what it is,
He's the
like,
one who broke the Anthony Weiner scandal.
yeah. But he was supposed to be, like, supposedly right before he died, he was putting out some book or
Was
something
that part of
about
the conspiracy as to why he's died so young?
By the way, as far as the Anthony Weiner thing goes, I actually thought it was funny when Andrew Breitbart got up at the press conference before Anthony Weiner showed up. When Breitbart got up at the podium and talked
Yeah.
before Weiner got there and started talking at the podium as though it was his press conference, I actually thought that was funny.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
Anthony Weiner, you said?
Yeah.
Anthony Weiner.
Well, it just sparked his attention.
Yeah, you heard the word Weiner.
You said Weiner, I'm like, oh, wait.
Scott's got a little bit of the gay in him. That's
Yeah, it's hanging around Chris too much.
That's what's
True.
happening.
I rub off on you.
You rub off
or I'll
on-
be rubbing off.
Yeah, it's.
wait a minute.
See, that's just taking in the weirdest direction.
So who's
Melanie.
Anthony Weiner anyway?
Former congressman from New York who inadvertently tweeted a picture of his penis. I mean, it was within underwear, but he was showing his
Sorry, you're turning me on.
wiener to someone. He thought he was sending it via private message, but he actually tweeted it for the whole world to see inadvertently. And
awesome.
some people don't think congressmen should be doing that.
That's kind of inappropriate.
Congressman, show your
Here's
cock.
what it says in terms or in regards to the conspiracy. Speaking at a conservative political action conference in Washington D.C. last month, Breitbart claimed he had damning videos of Barack Obama and planned to release them before the general election. So you're right.
Yeah.
We're going to vet Obama from his college days to show you why racial division and class warfare are central to what Hope and Change was sold in 2008. So yeah, so he has some college.
I think it's all about him being like a Black Panther or something like that, or something. It's probably supposedly. Now,
Sorry.
from what I've
to-
heard though, is the footage is still there and it's still going to get released. It's still out there.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's still out there. But it's supposedly it's supposed to show like Obama being like supposedly being a very anti-white from what.
Oh,
what,
no way.
What do you say?
I don't know if this can be corroborated or if this was just Breitbart tooting his own horn, but he said prior to his death, he was in early talks with CNN about a Crossfire-style show in which he would argue from the right alongside former Representative Anthony Weiner.
That would have been good.
That would have been great television.
Yes.
It's only for one episode. They only
Yes.
aired just one episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, I would have watched that. Definitely.
So was that website claiming that maybe they were thinking that somebody on Obama, like somebody
I don't know.
killed him because of that?
The Clintons got away with it before, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Vince Foster,
Allegedly.
yeah.
Yeah, they did allegedly. Yeah, yes,
Allegedly.
allegedly, because we could all be assassinated because of those
true.
words.
That's
So. You never know. They're very powerful people. So.
I don't know. Glenn is still surviving.
Line is.
If nobody's taken Glenn down, then I don't think we'll be taken down.
That's true, yes.
Glenn's got a lot of enemies in this city.
Yes, he does.
He does.
Yes, he does.
What do we listen to now?
Doctrine.
Oh, Christ.
Ugh.
Yeah. Big doctrine.
It feels like the show's winding down.
I think so. I think so.
Daughtry just brings the show down.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. It's just
It
like, I
does.
thought about something, and then when I heard Doctrine, I was just like lost
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
So-
Daughtry, yeah.
Yeah, I like one song by Daughtry, and that was, It's Not Over.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
like
that's
that?
one song I like. Other than that,
You
just
actually
like,
can admit that out in public. You can admit you actually like a Daughtry song. Wow.
I
You're
admitted
more than a
that.
man than anybody else in this
told
room.
you, it's rubbing off on me.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Apparently you can catch the gay. I was wrong. All these years I kept telling
It's
people I
contagious.
can't catch it.
Contagious.
Yeah,
Wow.
contagious.
Wow.
I had one nerd question to ask you.
Ooh, a nerd
A
question.
nerd question because I'm in the
Yes.
process of rewatching the Tennant years.
Oh, I see. So it's a Doctor Who question.
It is a Doctor Who
So it's
question.
not really a
Oh,
nerd
boy.
question.
I know. I'm sorry. I had to ask.
We're talking about cars. No, really,
Oh,
Chris.
God.
Yeah.
You know, sports,
and cars.
cars.
And he's going on to his laptop.
He's going on his
Oh,
laptop.
yeah.
I'm at the end of time.
Yes.
His two-part finale.
Yes.
Who is the woman in white? The one who only appears to Wilfred.
A woman in white. They haven't revealed that person yet. They
Okay.
never have. They've never told
In
you.
your opinion, who do you think that
Who
is?
do I think it is?
Do you think it's an older version of Susan, his granddaughter, or
That's who I
perhaps his
originally-
mother?
If it's his mother, then I think that's a real letdown.
Because when Wilfred asks him at the very end, who was that woman, he looks at, I think her character's name is Sylvia, or looks at Donna's mother.
I don't think we'll ever know.
Or actually, he could have been looking at either Donna or the mother. If he looks at the
Yeah.
Donna, then to Wilfred, it's the granddaughter.
Because I don't think
It's one of
it's
those
bothering
questions.
you. Is it? Is it bothering you?
It really is
You don't know
bothering
who it
me.
is? You don't know who it is. I don't think we'll ever really know because of the whole fact that
Damn you, Russell T. Davies.
because Russell Davis left it as kind of a
Yeah, he did.
And it could be Susan. It could be that. It could be.
I'm boring
You know?
the shit out of
Yeah.
almost everybody.
Yeah.
And I do
Yeah.
apologize. It's just one of
Yeah.
those.
You just.
It's only because I happened to be watching it this past weekend, and I was like,
it's, you know.
damn it, I should ask Dan about
This
that.
would have been one of those great questions if we had Kendra as a guest.
Yes, we need to have Kendra Alzheimer's
That's,
back.
you know, because Kendra's, has been one of those people that was supposed to be coming
Yeah.
back on, and she just, keeps blowing us off, right?
I
So,
know.
I
Yes.
don't know what's going on with that.
Has she been on? She was supposed to.
She was just on Matt's
She
show.
was on, yes, my
Your
most
Crack
recent
is Whack
episode,
one,
yes,
wasn't it?
the Crack is Whack edition, yes.
I listened. I think she was the one that she was running late because I was listening to about the first
Yes.
20 minutes.
Yes.
So she can do Matt's show, but she can't do
Yes.
our show. anymore.
Apparently,
I see how
it's
it
either
is.
you or I. Maybe she doesn't like the gays.
Maybe that's what it is.
Well, she is
Not too many people.
she is a Christian.
Or is that
I'm a
what it is?
Christian. I was born Catholic.
Wait a minute, how is she? But she's a Christian, but she was posting something on her Facebook of how she was showing the goods to get a discount at a muffler place the other day.
I was showing goods to get a
Really?
discount.
No. Christians don't wear like Victoria's Secrets to show.
You know what Rush Limbaugh would say about
I'm
her.
gonna say, wait a minute, Santorum would have issues with her showing the goods to get
Yes,
some,
yes.
That's a
Stuck
little.
on the OxyContin.
That's
French.
that's
Get
a
away.
little weird. Was it you that just said something about calling? I think it was you that posted something about how the fans of Rush Limbaugh shouldn't be calling themselves ditto heads or
No,
something.
it's just amusing that they call
That's-
themselves
that's
ditto.
it,
It's just
Yeah,
it's that-
they buy T-shirts that say Mega Dittos on them.
Mega
It's
Dittos,
like
yeah.
it's like proclaiming to the world that you're completely
That the
incapable of any sort of independent thought.
Yeah,
So
the
whatever
sheep-
Rush says, I disagree with.
Well,
Mega
There's the
Dittos,
other
Rush.
one. Russia's sheeple. You
Yeah,
should
the
just
sheeples,
have that
yeah.
one.
And I wonder if female ditto heads who use contraception, I wonder if they feel conflicted at all right now, or do they feel ashamed because Rush has made them see that they're actually sluts and prostitutes because
Well,
they
the-
use contraception.
Well, the thing, me being a lifetime Stern fan, I've always loved it because they've always been rivals, and
Yes.
they've always called them dildo heads.
Oh, do they? Yeah.
That's always been the thing. It's always been like mega dildos. And,
Oh, really?
yeah, and
That's awesome.
and it was just they've always because when they used to have their rivalry, somebody would call up Stern and they'd be like mega dildos. Hey Stern, how are
Yeah,
you? You
yeah.
know, and like I'm a dildo head. Hey, what's going on? But I never understood that either. Now my brother used to be one of these like. He loved Rush. Now my
Yeah.
brother stopped listening to Rush when all the Oxy issues, and then he
Yes.
realized that Rush
The
was
loofah
just a
sponge.
total like
that him?
nutcase.
Yeah.
But
Bill O'Reilly with the loofah.
That was O'Reilly with
Okay.
the loofah.
but the but yeah, with like the whole, like, it never made sense to me, though, when you would call up Rush's show and be like, you know, mega dittos to you, Rush. Yes, I agree with every word you say.
Yeah,
because it's like you don't have that free train of thought. You don't have.
Right.
It's like
and they're proud of it.
There needs to be conflict. There needs to be. You need to have your own free will.
Unfortunately, though, that's what most conservative talk radio is. Don't get me wrong. There are conservative talk radio hosts I like who are much more intelligent than Rush and much more nuanced. But most of it is they espouse their conservative views, and people call in, listeners call in and agree with them. That is what conservative talk radio generally is. People agreeing with each other, which is boring. What's the point of that? People just agreeing with each other. What do you learn from that? Well, how does that stimulate you mentally? But that's not what the ditto heads want. They just...
Shockingly, Bill O'Reilly makes sense to me more often than not.
Well,
I may not agree,
right,
but he does make sense.
Yeah.
And actually, there are some things that I do agree with. I would say probably about 25%, 25 to 30%.
Oh, sure.
Some of the things Bill O'Reilly says, I tend to agree with.
Right.
He's smart, and I know there are people who follow him, but there are people who
Right.
battle him as well.
Well, the thing about O'Reilly too is he wants you to have your own. Yeah, he doesn't want you to agree with everything he says. And
I don't agree with him calling,
Right.
referring to people as pinheads, but
No, but
that's
that segment's good though when he does the
Yeah.
pinheads and Patriots though, because he's doing it in a humorous manner
Yeah.
most of the time.
almost all the
Yeah,
time.
no, I have much
Yeah.
more respect for him than Rush, certainly.
I do enjoy Bill Hader's impression of Shepard Smith when he does.
Yeah.
I'm Shepard Smith, and I'm a naughty little boy. He did it last night. He did it last night on the opening sketch,
really?
where it was Mitten and Romney, and then the 5 sons, and they were all dressed in the exact same blue shirt and
really,
khakis, and they were so children of the corn. It was creepy. But yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
But later on, he did James Carville.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
he's doing both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, and those tapes of Obama are going to be released in the next 7 to 10 days.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll be very
Like a
interested to
debit
see
card?
that.
Yeah, 7 to 10 days. You're going to see those tapes in 7 to 10 days. Check your
Is it
mailbox.
shipped from
They
the
may, now when they do come in within 7 to 10 days, they may look like junk mail. So you want to make sure you don't throw those tapes away, but they are coming in 7 to 10 days.
God, I hate
Great.
Obama tapes?
The Obama tapes. Yeah, actually this was his college years. Yeah, it's going to be Obama Gone Wild. It's going to be him showing a little left nip. Yeah. No, it's basically I just got this update. The kind of what you were saying about the racial division in class. These tapes, which have inspired conspiracy theories surrounding what led to his death on Thursday of natural causes at the age of 43, are now purportedly going to be released.
Was it a diseased guinea pig up the ass? Because
no,
that's kind
no.
of natural.
On Thursday evening, Steve Bannon, a writer and documentary filmmaker, told Fox News' Sean Hannity that Breitbart's company will release the mysterious Obama-Harvard tapes within 7 to 10 days. After Hannity brought up the tapes that said would change the selection, he gave more information regarding when the public can expect to see them. And they're going to put those tapes together of him at Harvard, and they'll have them, so they should be out soon, and people will get to kind of see what kind of
So if it
controversy.
was a conspiracy, it apparently didn't work too well if we're actually going to see the
Well, that's the
evidence
thing.
that
It's
he-
like
Either that or more people are going to end up dead.
Yes.
it's
It's going to be a major conspiracy. It'll be like, what's that movie? Was it The Ring? Everybody watches the tape.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be. Did you watch the Obama footage? Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Or you used to be corrupted just by watching it.
Yeah.
but the so yeah, we'll all watch it, and then we'll all be like, oh no, this little creepy girl's going to come out and kill us for watching the tapes. But anyway,
So you think we're going to do another televised edition?
I don't know. Have you said enough things to piss Glenn off tonight?
I don't know. Can't do it.
You can't. You
I
can't piss him
I
off.
tried to do as
You
much
can't
as I
piss him
can
off.
to piss Glenn off.
You can't. You've insulted.
We've lost him again.
We just lost him.
He's taking a nap.
He's in his own zone.
It's one of those waking naps.
He's
Yes.
just, who knows? But anywho,
You gonna do a show without me?
I don't know. It's up to you. You're gonna be
Finally,
offended?
the smartest
Are you
thing
gonna
that
be
he said.
offended if we do a show without you?
I'm offended by what you do on this show without me. That's the problem. I can't trust you.
I don't know. We could still do a show without
It's like
you.
turning your back on this man.
We could sit here. We could do an all-star celebrity show next week. We could have all these people that you love. We could get everybody. we could get all the people that you wanted to have on the show.
I've been doing this show for 2 years. Name one person.
Then one person that you would love to have on the show. I don't know. I don't know who you'd want on the show.
See?
So there we go.
See, me, I could say
The cast
right
of
off the top
Glee.
of my head.
The cast of
Gene
Glee.
Simmons. We
The
could have Gene
cast of Glee.
Simmons.
Yes.
The cast of Glee. We could have David Tennant on here next week. We could have
Name one cast member from Glee.
I don't know. I don't watch that gay show. Why would I watch the worst show on TV? Why would I watch that show? Why would I spend my
Gilmore
time?
Girls too. Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore. When was the last time Gilmore Girls was on TV?
Gossip Girl. I think he was going with Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah, I don't even watch
Gossip
that
Girl.
shit either.
We'll get the cast of Dawson's Creek.
Yes, James Vanderbeek.
We'll
Yes.
get James Vanderbeek and the kid that played Casey. We'll get
Katie Holmes. We gotta pry her away from Tom Cruise.
We'll get them. We'll get the cast from Seventh Heaven here next week. We'll
Wings.
get the cast.
That's
of
a good
Wings.
dad. Give me Stephen Collins.
get
I want
Stephen
Stephen
Collins.
Collins.
Hey, he was in one of-
Anybody who could be an abortion of film like Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
I would get Stephen
need
Collins
him.
because he was in one of my all-time favorite TV shows called Tales of the Golden Monkey. Remember that show?
Absolutely not.
Tales of the Golden Monkey. That was when Raiders of the Lost Ark was a big, the big franchise movie. There was a TV series called Tales of the Gold Monkey.
I do remember now.
Which was a Raiders of the Lost Ark knockoff,
Yeah.
which starred Stephen Collins as Indiana Jones' character.
yeah.
That sounds quite awful. That sounds absolutely
And he
awful.
flew a plane, and he was an archaeologist. Oh yeah, it was like I think they had 12 or 13 episodes.
And years later, they came out with the Young Indiana Jones.
And they came out with well, Spielberg decided to have his own series, but yeah,
It's like, hey, if Stephen Collins can do
Stephen
it, we can too.
Tales of the Gold Monkey. Yeah,
Tales of the Gold Monkey.
Yeah,
No.
that
I
was
remember
a-
Amazing Stories. I remember.
Well, it was
Falcon
on
Crest.
CBS for like
The Fall Guy.
one season. Well, Fall Guys, Lee Majors. We're gonna have Lee Majors next week. How about
There
that?
we go.
There we go. We'll have Lee Majors come in. I'm sure he's around. I'm sure I could get Lee Majors here for $200.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I called Lee Majors' agent,
His price has gone
and
up from
said-
$6 million
and said,
man to
listen,
$200
yeah,
man.
listen, I want Lee Majors
And a
in here.
free pizza pie.
Speaking of cheap actors, I bet you we could get. We could probably get Lou Ferrigno. I bet you tonight he's probably getting voted off Celebrity Apprentice.
You think it's tonight?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm actually liking. Have you been watching?
Yes,
I'm
yes, I
liking
saw
this.
the past couple of episodes.
We picked on it last week or the week
Yep.
before. We picked on it, but I'm actually liking it.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I'm glad Victoria Gotti's gone. She just seemed like a mouthy bitch to me. No. She's a lovely woman.
No, I actually. 'cause
Cheryl Teague seems like a very nice woman. And she would have been chewed up.
She was too weak.
Yeah.
Well, when I was talking to the girlfriend last week when we were watching it, because she's following it too, Gotti has no power anymore. So people were kind of nervous about her and making the jokes.
Yeah.
You can get rid of Gotti because the family has no power anymore. That's why she's on Celebrity Apprentice.
Yeah.
So it's like I
imagine one of those,
Yeah.
the Real Housewife they have on there now. She probably has more power. Her husband
Yeah,
probably has more power now.
But the
Therese.
I think I did. But
Teresa Guinea, that's her name.
Teresa Guinea. Are you trying to be racist again to the Italian?
It's because I can't pronounce it. Her last name was like Guidici or something.
Trying to be more racist
Teresa
again.
Guinea.
Maybe we could get the guy that played who do they have Mario? Who's Mario in the movie? Was that Lou Ferrigno? Not Lou Ferrigno. The Captain Lou Albano. Is he still alive? Can we get?
Yes,
we get Captain Lou.
Oh, wait, no, I think he died.
Bob Hoskins. Bob Hoskins. Was that who Mario was?
John Leguizamo was Luigi.
Look at Bob Hoskins.
But Captain Lou Albano would, yeah, you're right, he would be a very good
Wasn't he?
Mario.
I thought he was a who?
He was in The Girls Want to Have Fun.
Did Lou Albano die?
Yeah, he did
That's
that, yeah.
What did Tia Carrere win a Grammy for?
She won a Grammy?
Every time they show her, it's Tia Carrere, actress Grammy winner.
She's an actress and Grammy winner.
Yeah.
Did she win for?
Was that her singing in Wayne's World?
Well, she sang it right. She had an album. She actually had a.
Apparently she won a Grammy for it.
She was very
Middle of the night.
I don't know.
Well,
But I'm sure if we pool some money together, we could either get a Magic Jack or we could get Lee Majors here next week. So I don't know. What do you think? So we could have a telephone. We could have a telephone, either get a Magic Jack or Lee Majors. What do you think's
Get
worth?
Lee Majors, yeah.
Do you think what's worth more?
I don't know, after what Glenn went through to get the Magic Jack, I'm pretty sure we could get Lee Majors.
Is it easier to get Lee Majors or a
It is.
Magic Jack?
Wouldn't you agree, Glenn?
It is. It's easier to get Lee Majors.
We're keeping him
Okay.
awake, I think.
All right.
Oh.
Wow, I don't want to talk about this. This is just weird. But somebody just sent me a link to the CIA secret weapon of assassination, a heart attack gun. Is this maybe the? Is this maybe what the? Is that what killed Andrew? Is that what it is? Is that maybe what killed Davy Jones?
Declassified in 1975.
In 1975, there's a heart attack gun.
That's why I love American Dad, because he always calls up the CIA and like, have you found that laser gun that beams images of God into people's heads? Have you created that yet?
But that's what I'm wondering, if that maybe this is it. Maybe this was the cause of the death. Maybe we can find out that Davy Jones was a conspiracy death as well. Maybe Davy Jones had tapes of
limey son
Obama.
of a bitch.
Maybe that's what the case is. So maybe if there is a show next week, we can uncover the controversy. Maybe
I'm gonna end up surprising you by showing up on the
maybe
show.
maybe instead of Lee Majors, I can get Mickey Dolenz here next week.
He showed up in that Debbie Gibson movie with Debbie Gibson and Tiffany on the Sci-Fi Network.
Yes. Well, if he's doing that movie, I can get him here for a couple of bucks.
Yep,
I'm sure I can.
Megasaurus and Coctopus, I think
So.
was versus.
Megasaurus and Coctopus. All right, I think we could do a show without you next week.
I think so.
Yeah, I think
Probably
we
could.
have to line up some
By
guests.
the way, I'm flying in at 4:30 on Sunday, so.
Are you flying in Sunday?
Yeah.
Are you coming back? You should. Well, there you go. Why can't you do the show then?
I
If you're coming
figure
out
I'm
4:30?
gonna be exhausted, but
I'll just do the show.
don't be a pussy, Chris.
Just man up.
Don't be a
Take
pansy.
your balls out of your purse. Your
I gotta
purse.
say, we've had a good run. We have not had taken a night off
You want me to
like
pull my?
unexpectedly.
You want me to pull my DJ Paul act and listen, you pillow fighter. Take your balls out of your
Super
purse.
Bowl, Super Bowl Sunday, but that's just because people were getting shit faced.
People getting shit faced, and I was up north.
But yeah, we've done the Oscars, we've done the Grammys, so suck it.
Suck it.
We've done a lot of shows in a row.
I don't know, I'm committing to next week. So if you're gonna fly in,
I'm flying in, so
if you're too tired,
like a pussy.
it's not like you live right behind here. So it's not like you're going
I
that far
don't.
away.
I live 2
It's
blocks behind
it's not like you could easily just walk over here.
Oh,
So-
I've been so lazy, we've done a show at my house.
That's true.
That's how lazy I am.
I was gonna say we could do the show at your house.
That's
next
true.
week. We don't even have to have it televised.
Oh, well, we're coming up on 2 hours.
All right, well, let's
This
wrap
is a
it up.
good televised episode.
Good televised episode.
So we'll wrap up. Thank you very much, Scott Perry, for joining us.
Yes, thank you,
We'd
Scott.
love to have you on now that you're in the Queen City.
Absolutely. Like to be a full-time member.
Yeah, we would love to have you come back, talk about the bands that you're promoting. You're now with the new, I'm sorry, what was the name of the
Siren Agency.
Siren Agency?
Siren. So you can log us on Facebook. You also can check us out at sirenagency.com.
Okay.
We have a website launched up. And pretty soon we'll have a Reverb Nation, and we do have a Twitter account. So you can Twitter.
Actually, I forgot to remind people that IPM Nation does have a Twitter account as
Yes.
So
well. Awesome.
And what
So
night is the
Siren
Ground
Agency.
Zero?
the Ground Zero show is June 2nd, and it is with Spies Like Us and Kamisado. So you
Great.
can.
Spies Like Us.
I thought the Ground Zero was all Christian bands and stuff. too.
No.
He's kind of gone out of that now? Or is
Christian will work with any kind of band.
Yeah,
Not
he's
just
always booked some secular
Yeah,
bands.
he mostly he just doesn't want.
he doesn't want
gory-
profanity, though, right?
He doesn't
Right.
want gory. He doesn't
Yeah.
want like naked chicks on shirts, and he doesn't want any
Leaving Eden be a good Christian
PG-13.
Probably. So PG-13. So you got to
He's
clean
P-
up the act a little bit. You just
Yeah.
can't. Yeah.
Yeah, you can be a little slang, but like you can't be too slang. You can be a little, you can say sucks, blows, but you can't say
You
suck,
can't-
suck me or blow me.
Oh, so you can't add the me to it.
Yeah.
You can say this sucks,
Yeah.
but you can't say bitch suck me.
No, you can't.
Okay.
No, that's
That makes sense.
And you can't
Because
use
nobody
the
wants to
Lord's
suck
name
you.
in vain.
you can't use Lawrence
Because he would probably freak out over
Yes,
that.
yes, he's
Because
totally
I
against
remember some conversations I had with him that he got very offended by.
Yeah.
Remember those, Matt? Those
Yes.
were some really. Yeah,
Yes.
he got very offended one night. He's a sweet guy.
Yes, he
He's a-
is.
He's a
Yes,
great
he is.
guy.
He can be a nice guy.
Yeah.
Of course, I'd like to thank our engineer for the night, Glenn
I
RJ.
thought he was going to come and join us at one. I don't know.
I
what's
think he's a
going
little worn out.
He is.
He's looking a little tired over there. Glenn RJ Roulette, host of Roulette at Large Gone Global, Friday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern on IPMNation.com, and Roulette at Large TV 23 on Thursdays. Thursdays at 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Thursdays at
Eastern.
4 p.m.
Yes.
Which is also available on IPMNation.com. Matt Connerton, host of Matt Connerton Unleashed, returning March 11th, 9
Yes.
a.m. Eastern. And that's going to be daylight savings time at that point.
Yes, yes,
We'll be pushing the clocks ahead an hour.
yes. I'll have to get up
Spring
early.
So,
forward,
yes, so
forward, yes.
Saturday night we lose an hour of sleep. Spring forward
Saturday
and fall
night.
down, as Ted Kennedy used to say. So I guess there will be a televised edition of Verbal Ejaculation next Sunday at the 11th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I may join, I may not. But you can watch Dan rip me 3 new assholes.
We may
on
have
the-
lead majors, we may not.
We may have, yes.
It all depends if I can
Yes.
get in contact with his agent.
If we can't get him, can we at least get Farrah Fawcett
We get-
majors?
Well, I could try to get somebody in here. We can convince people it's Farrah Fawcett.
Can you drag in Farrah Fawcett majors?
we can convince people it is. Actually, do you think we can get Glenn to dress up like Farrah Fawcett?
Ooh,
we can get that to happen? Maybe he will.
Trying to think like Ditzy Blondes. Can we get Goldie Hawn?
We can get Goldie on.
Is she
Maybe.
doing anything?
I don't think she's doing
promoting a
anything
book right now.
We can get somebody. We can get
Suzanne
somebody.
Summers. For crying out loud, we gotta get Suzanne
Get
Summers.
her in here, maybe? Possibly.
QVC can get her, so can we.
She died. I thought she died.
She's not dead.
Susan Summers is still alive. I thought
Suzanne
she
Summers
died.
is still alive. Suzanne Plachette is dead.
Maybe Suzanne Summers' career I'm thinking of is dead. Maybe that's what it is.
I know she's like the Home Shopping Network queen next to Joan. Can we get Joan Rivers? Oh,
Joan Rivers is too expensive, though.
yeah, she is. Now that she's back on the A-list. All right, we are totally going on a
I know, we're
tangent
going
here.
on a tangent.
As we're trying to close off. So, we will be back March 11th. If Glenn will have us, we will be televised. If not, we'll be doing the radio version again. How quickly we can lose our reputation. You can always email us during the week if we are not online, ve@ipmnation.com. Join us on Facebook at Verbal Ejac. Twitter, follow us at IPM Nation. And we will see you all next week. Thank you all for joining us on our first televised edition. Everybody, thank you for coming.
Thank you. The wave out.
And
Thank you,
we
everybody.
will see you next week. Have a good night, everyone.
I did the book, yes.
And we're going to
Oh, yes.
pretend to be talking like
Oh, doing the whole, like, we'd have to do the whole, like,
Yes,
so, yes, really.
watermelon beefsteak.
Yeah, so,